Alright, it's finally time for us to continue on with the main story. Well, I say main story, but it's a DLC main story. That's what I mean. The main story is long since over.
Think your friend's hand'll make for a nice broth?
You've clearly honed your sense of humor. But we are not cannibals, Geralt. I took a fragment of tissue from their hand. It will suffice to prepare some resonance.
So that makes me wonder though, like if a vampire did try to eat another vampire or consume their blood, what would happen?
What did you do with the rest?
I cremated it, as
Does
our
it work?
codex commands. A raven told me you'd acquired the necessary ingredient.
Yeah, helpful creatures.
Pretty helpful creatures. Calling them often?
I try not to overdo it, but they can be so useful, as they were now, when I merely needed to be sure I could arrive in time should things go sour.
Managed fine alone, but thanks for the thought. Gonna need much longer to finish brewing resonance? Mentioned a last ingredient, too. What about that?
That, I fear, might prove troublesome. You see, to use the concoction to summon the memories of one, the solution must contain the blood of another specimen of the same
Okay,
species.
but you...
Shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
I happen to know a higher vampire who should be willing to help. Right, Regis?
It's not that simple, I'm afraid. While you were away, I tried my damnedest to identify a replacement, but alas, none such exists.
Not sure I understand what the problem is. Can't we just draw some of your blood?
The blood must be in an agitated state. As I'm certain you know, higher vampires can change their corporeal shell. As our flesh changes, so does our blood's chemical composition. To make a long story short, I shall need to induce in myself a state of strong psychokinetic arousal. In brief, madness, rabidity. And that stands to be very, very dangerous.
Fair. I mean, it's dangerous for both of us. So it means basically he's gonna have to go into his full like vampire attack mode form, which we fought vampires in that form before, and obviously the guy we're trying to look for, I don't know, it's
Dangerous? Why? I mean, you'll still be you, right?
yeah, but he's gonna start attacking us.
But I should be highly agitated, in a state of fury. You know,
And how are we gonna get him out of it?
fury cannot be controlled. If you've ever seen an enraged vampire, you know very well that all who find themselves nearby will be in grave danger.
How will we handle that? I'd rather not have you lunge at me, claws extended.
That makes two of us. But worry not. I've thought it through very thoroughly. Details to follow soon.
Is he gonna have to like chain himself up? But somebody's gonna have to draw his blood still.
All right, so what do you want to do?
We shall visit Tesha Mudna, an ancient vampire estate. There we will find cages suspended in the air. I will enter one, be confined. You will lure beasts there. Beasts you will then kill. The bloodletting should prove profuse. Abundant enough so that the blood scent will drive me mad. Wild.
So just the scent of a bunch of blood can drive a vampire into that state? That's pretty dangerous.
Nah. What's it like?
It is a place of torment. A torture chamber. Long ago, shortly after we'd arrived in this world, one among us named Kagmar developed such a taste and lust for human blood that in one night he could imbibe an entire village. This brought trouble on the entire species. Common folk wearied quickly of living in constant fear. They began to hunt us.
I mean, understandable.
Mages and witches in tracking us down.
So what? Not like they could ever hope to kill you.
But they were bothersome. Forgive the comparison, but when did you last enjoy mosquitoes buzzing around your head? In any case, the other vampires decided something had to be done. Kagmar had to be caught and punished. A torture chamber was thus outfitted in the dungeons of Tesha Mudna. Inside it, a cage made entirely of a special alloy of silver, dalvinite, and meteorite steel. Kagmar...
Okay, so it was a prison that was made by vampires for vampires. That's interesting. And also, he said that the vampires were not originally from this world. They came here at one particular point in time. I'm guessing that has to be during the conjunction of the spheres, just like when elves came and just like when all this other stuff happened, right? All these other strange creatures crossed over from side to side. By the way, that makes me curious though. If the conjunction of the spheres could bring a bunch of weird creatures to this planet, does that mean that humans also crossed over into the other realms as well? Like, are there humans now living in the place of the elves? Or humans living in whatever world the vampires came from? That would not be fun, but that seems possible, right?
Was captured and locked in the cage.
Surely it wasn't just one
Sat
way.
there over 2 centuries, driven to fury time after time, never able to escape. Thus I know the cage will withstand the fury to which we shall drive my humble being.
Okay, so it was able to hold that guy for a few centuries. What happened to him in the end?
See no reason to dawdle. Tesham Mutna. Take me there.
In a moment. Just one last thing.
Taking a drink?
What was that?
Blood. Oh, the last favor the Raven did me. I've also taken some Sancurium, a solution that sharpens one's sense of smell. 1 drop of blood shall smell like a gallon to me now.
You crazy?
Yeah.
You're a recovering addict.
Your outrage warms my heart, Geralt, but you must remain calm. I have no choice. As things stand, the die is cast. High time we set off for Tesham Mutna. My head's spinning already, and you're starting to smell quite tasty.
And you're starting.
Okay, so he drank something that it was already going to be bad enough that just killing some monsters were going to be able to drive him crazy. Why did he need to go this far to also drink this other thing that would make him go even more crazy? And also, couldn't he have drunk that when he was already in prison? Like, why did he have to drink that now? Can't you save that for later? What if, like, we run into a boar and we have to kill some boar along the way? Then he's going to suddenly go crazy again.
To scare me.
That didn't seem all that smart, but whatever. Nice panning shot of this tower. Got like some sort of dragon thing in the background there. There we are down there. On my head.
We have arrived. The sacrificial chamber of torture and torment lies underground.
Sure you know what you're doing?
I can only hope I do. Please, let's go. The longer we delay, the less control I shall have of my faculties. I'd really prefer not to hurt you.
Okay, let's hurry up then.
You lead.
This is definitely not going to be fun for him. Especially considering this was the form of torture that they did for the guy who was like eating whole villages, right? They put him in there and had him go mad intentionally as a form of torture, which means that this should also be a form of torture for him. It's not going to be fun. Yeah, I don't know if we want to be hanging around this blood and taking a
must
look.
be getting close to their feeding ground.
Correct. I told you there'd be danger. Beyond this wall lies
An ancient vampire dungeon. Seen a lot of things in my time. Nothing quite like this, though.
I feel honored. A man with such a wealth of experience, yet I'm about to show him something new. Now, to open it.
I mean, you definitely have more experience than us. You're a vampire.
How the hell?
It's an ancient form of protection against unwanted guests. The mechanism which releases the latch reacts only to a higher vampire's blood.
Tricky mechanisms, a vampire hideout. Fortified, secured. Must have been important to your species once, Toussaint.
Toussaint is you say I thought he was gonna say that this place must have been important to his species. He thinks that Toussaint was important to the vampire species for some reason. I wonder why that would be, specifically.
It shall always be so. During the conjunction, the gate from our world into this one opened upon this land and no other.
I see. Okay.
This was the first place we saw.
So this is the place that, and the people here must have a long history of not really liking vampires at all.
Husbandry and care. This for real?
The author observed humans, their behavior, over the many years he spent breeding them. Morally suspect though it may be, it's a thorough survey of the topic.
Okay, I mean, let's read it. Human husbandry and care. The most important aspect of raising human livestock is to provide the herd with conditions that, on the one hand, guarantee their survival, but on the other hand, do not extend too far beyond the minimum need for that survival. It should be borne in mind that people are creatures bestowed with great intelligence, or rather, cunning and instincts that allow them to gain as much as possible from their environment. In terms of husbandry, this means that humans will always try to obtain more than we give them. It is recommended, therefore, to provide each individual with a place to sleep, a meal twice a day, and permanent access to water. These conditions, which might seem overly luxurious to some, ensure the optimal production of high-quality hemoglobin. More details on diet in later chapters. Also essential is access to air. It goes without saying, without which humans will die within minutes. So I guess vampires don't need air? I mean, they can turn into just blood, right? So I guess they're a completely different form of life, so I guess that makes sense. There's no need to be concerned about the ability for human livestock to multiply in the conditions described above. If they are ensured a minimal existence, and male and females are mixed, they will copulate irrespective of whether or not they are in captivity or not. It is worth mentioning here that there is a school of thought that suggests treating human livestock with greater freedom and care, including providing them with better quality fodder and a certain degree of freedom. This allegedly ensures a great amount of favorable elements in the blood and makes it tastier. However, it is worth mentioning that this method of husbandry is much more difficult and requires emotional bonding techniques, which will be discussed in the following chapters. Sounds fun. A scroll? Okay, it's not even a book, it's a scroll, it's a different icon. I am he who serves the tribe. Tesha Mutnat. Was this the person who like went and murdered a bunch of people? Like ate a whole bunch of people? Exalted above men, I renounce human weakness. Uplifted above men, I become keeper of my flock. Filled with strength, I turn my sword against the enemies of the tribe. I am master and slave. I am executor of the will of the tribe. I accept this sword and this armor so I may serve the tribe. Okay then. Oh, we got armor and such from them too. Hold on. Inventory. Not as good. Better than what I've got, but the problem is, see, the issue with putting on new armor is it covers my beautiful waist. Oh wait, this doesn't. I can wear this and keep my current waist. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. So I just can't change my top. I can change my everything else, but I can't change my top. It is what it is. Darn it, now I need to drop stuff. Why is everything so darn heavy? You know what's one of the big issues? It's actually these. I should drop some of these bolts because I can't sell them anyways. I'm not allowed to sell them. And I will not be using them. Like, there's no point in me using them, so I'm just going to drop all my bolts. Again, it's not a huge loss because they can't be sold.
This place. There's evil here. Death hangs in the air.
Yes. A great many beings have breathed their last here.
A great many beings. So it wasn't just made for vampires.
Glyphs are carved into the rock. Coated with blood used to be. They mean something?
They're emblems, symbols of, well, what you would call tribes. dispersed throughout the world after the conjunction. My ancestors placed them here to remind us all where we came from.
And this one? Which tribe's this?
Garasham. My tribe, and Dettlaff's. We both remained in this part of the world.
Okay, so that's your tribe. It's just a hand. A snake? Hello?
What's this symbol mean?
It's the symbol of the Tedet. Those who went east beyond the Blue Mountains.
Blue Mountains. Battery cage versus free-range humans?
Seems your kind assembled a peculiar little library.
Indeed, though I personally did not lay a hand to it.
Okay, let's read this. In recent decades, many of us have come to believe that a much more effective way of obtaining good quality human blood than hunting individuals is through systematic controlled husbandry. Apart from the obvious advantages, such as being able to control what the flock eats, and the ability to crossbreed specific individuals to obtain offspring with the best hemoglobin, another clear advantage to breeding human flocks is that domesticated humans held in confinement, as opposed to those in their natural habitat, become less aggressive and therefore less troublesome. When it comes to farming humans, there are various schools, of which two seem to have gained the widest acceptance in recent times, namely battery cage and free-range husbandry. This thesis describes in detail the advantages and disadvantages, as well as the methods of carrying out each type of breeding. As an introduction, it is worth mentioning the basic differences between both types. Battery cage human husbandry, described very accurately and in detail in the Book of Human Husbandry, is the placing of several male and female individuals in a closed restricted space, with permanent access to air, food, and water. This form of breeding differs from free range in that the flock is not permitted to leave the breeding area and is held captive at the entirety of their lives. This would not have been a fun time to live. Free range, on the other hand, involves leaving the flock in its natural habitat or creating a habitat that simulates it closely, i.e. creating villages more on which can be found in the chapter Human Villages Establishing and Growing a Herd, and then making their herd psychologically or physically dependent on its owner. The most effective method for making a human individual dependent on guaranteeing its safety is guaranteeing its safety and permanent access to a high quality feed. It is worth adding that a human that trusts its owner does not fear and does not defend itself when having its blood drunk, which limits the production of noradrenaline and cortisol, which have a negative impact on the taste of the blood. So the blood tastes better if they're panicked about it. Furthermore, it may happen that a domesticated free-range human may feel a certain pleasure when its owner drinks its blood, most likely associated with sexual tension, which causes an intensification in the blood's flavor. Okay? I guess we're continuing on. Let's just ignore that. Oh. More stuff, darn it! More stuff to pick up. I don't have any more stuff I can freely drop, though. I guess I can wear this. Drop that. Yeah. And we got a mask, didn't we? Where was that? Where did that go? I don't think I can wear that with my ears, though. We're like 2/8? Killing opponents restores vitality. The amount of vitality restored equals 1% of the maximum vitality each element of the set worn. Oh? It gives me a set bonus like that? Currently the bonus is 2%. So I can get 3% vitality back when I kill someone. If I wear this, but that takes away my my ears. So we can't actually do that. Do any of these other ones have? No, they don't. The other ones don't have set bonuses. That's interesting. Okay. Well, if I can... What gloves am I wearing? I'm wearing the right gloves, right? Okay, I can't see, but I'm pretty sure I'm wearing... Yeah, I'm wearing the boots and the trousers, but I don't have the gloves. If I can get the gloves, then I can get a 3-piece set. and have that bonus.
And this one? Which tribe?
That's his
is
tribe.
this?
Garisham,
Yeah.
my tribe, and Dettlaff's. We both remained in this part of the world.
Yeah, what about this one, though? This one we haven't
Whose
seen
is
before.
this, Cliff?
Amaran. They ventured beyond the sea.
It's Amarun. That's what thing with its C, Tsal or whatever. Amarun again. Okay. Seeing a bunch of the same ones. Notes of a Tesham Mutna prisoner. I found a piece of parchment that fell from the pocket of one of the monsters. I also have a lump of coal. I would write this in my own blood, but I hardly have any left. I'm cold. Every third day they come and open my veins, after which I cannot move. I can't go on much longer. From the next cage I hear the howls of terrified people. If I had the strength, I would smash my head against the bars. I hope it won't go on much longer. Aloy from the cage next to me died yesterday. They drank him to death. They drank him to death. This must have irritated them because I heard them arguing in their strange language. They brought new people this morning. You could say that a supply of fresh blood arrived. They have no idea what they're in for. My only comfort is that I know already, and I won't have to live through the terror that I felt the first time they came for me. I had no idea what they wanted until they pulled out their shiny instruments. I've never seen such beautiful metal. My blood glistened a purple silvery color in those instruments. Fun, fun, fun. Everyone was having so much fun here, clearly. Transcript of a conversation with a lower being? Between Master Eshail Hidelgrad and a human being? Who are you? My name is Alex Biscont. Why is all your skin trembling? I'm scared, sir. You're scared? I don't understand. You don't know what fear is, sir? No, I have mastered your language, yet some concepts are beyond me. What is fear? It's a feeling that destroys every other feeling. It controls your head and your heart. What do you mean? I thought it was a kind of pain. I've carried out tests in my laboratory on people, and I discovered that a mother subject to appropriate stimuli is able to forget about her child and think only about how to avoid pain. So, fear would be similar to pain? No, pain rules the body, but fear is born in the heart. Oh, yes. What you say is very interesting. I think I will have to examine your heart at the laboratory. Oh, what do you mean, examine? I mean examine. Take it out and subject it to a proper examination. But, sir, that would kill me. Yes, your mortality is a great inconvenience. It was not me who created your species, and I am not responsible for its excessive frailty. Conversation was carried out in a human language as such it was written down. The transcription does not need translating. Okay then. Another person having a lot of fun. Okay, we got the hands. Let's put those on. Oh. Here we go. And then we can drop these. And we're still too heavy. Why are we still so freaking heavy? I guess... Oh, man, what are we doing here? This is so doomed. Why do I have to drop things? Okay, let's move on. Yeah, so these... we've all already seen before. So this seems to just be, what, 3 tribes? One went to the sea, one went to the mountains, and one went past the mountains, and one stayed here.
Charming place. But what are all those cages for? Mentioned one vampire being kept here.
Yes,
said-
well,
A lot of things were
you
kept.
see, humanitarians is something my ancestors were not. They concluded Kagmar would best be punished if he were tormented with the scent of blood he could not taste. Thus, they also kept humans here. Humans whose blood they slowly let. Kagma ranted and raged in pain as those humans slowly bled to death.
They treated them like livestock. Live bait.
I'd like to be able to turn back time, deny it, but alas, I can do neither. Feel shame for my brethren. That is all I can do.
Don't take it so hard. Nothing you could have done about it. Let's get to work.
Well, that was all.
It's interesting how much the relationship between vampires and humans has changed though over the years. I wonder what was the exact impetus for that, for the change. Is it because of the Witchers? Did the Witchers go out and just murder all these vampires that were causing trouble? Is that what turned the tables?
Fine. I prepared the bait. Please be so kind and place it, ideally at the tunnel entrances. The scent will spread most effectively then.
Okay. Place bait in the
at
tunnels.
the tunnel entrances. Monsters will catch its scent more quickly.
When I think how these tunnels got here, send shivers.
It was the natural order of things. The place reeked of death and it attracted necrophages.
Nope. He turned into mist? Is the cage really going to hold him if he can turn into mist? I guess once he transforms, maybe it'll be different. What's he doing? Okay, he's just doing stuff.
This'll hold. Doesn't look like anything special.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. Is he going to say anything? Can he answer my question?
This'll hold. Doesn't look like anything special.
I told you, Kagmar thrashed about inside it for over 2 centuries. Appearances can be deceiving.
Okay. Fair enough. I mean, hopefully it still works. Okay, that was apparently pointless of me to do that. Wait, no it wasn't. What's this? Oh, that's where we place the bait. Okay. Just a piece of meat is enough to act as bait for the monsters to come running.
Three done. 1 left. Think this'll work?
I certainly hope so. The meat's stench is so thick, I wager it carries clear to Novigrad.
Okay, are you gonna actually get in there though yet? You should probably just get in there immediately. There we go. I should save. Can't save. Now I can save. Thank goodness.
Bait set. What now?
I shall enter the cage. You must chain me inside. The bars are made of an alloy that will prevent me from transforming into mist.
Kinda thought you wouldn't want to.
I shall be in great pain. My sole thought being to stop that pain. I cannot know what I will do.
And then we need to draw his blood though afterwards too, right?
We must hurry. The beasts have caught the scent. Also my head has started spinning.
That the blood?
Someone who's never experienced a vampire's bloodlust does not know the true meaning of thirst.
Well, I respect this guy for being willing to do this. This is not going to be fun for him.
Maybe we need a safe word. You know, something you'll say when you can't take it anymore.
No, he'd immediately say it.
What would you do once I uttered it?
Yeah.
Don't know. Calm you down. Somehow.
Please, girl. You won't be able to. We must forge through this, that is all.
Oh gosh, what is happening?
We just smelled the blood.
Oh. Oh my gosh. Calm down. Oh gosh, I'm just gonna die here. Gotta be paying attention here. And I died. Okay. Try that again. Oof. Yes, this could be troublesome depending on how many enemies are going to be here. Good news is I'm not having to defend anything.
Bait set. What now? Maybe
Okay.
we need a safe word. You know, something you'll say when you can't take it anymore.
And what would you do once I uttered it?
Don't know. Calm you down. Somehow.
Wait, I just got insta-killed? I still had my, my health refill, though. What did I get insta-killed by? I'm pretty sure I had adrenaline points at that point. I hadn't recast Quen.
Bait set. What now?
Hold on a sec.
Maybe we need a safe word. You know,
Okay, we
something
got
you'll
Quen
say when
active.
you can't take it anymore.
And what
We got full adrenaline
would you
points.
do once I uttered it?
Don't know. Calm you down. Somehow.
Okay, that thing explodes.
We just smelled the blood.
I gotta be careful of that. I don't know what that thing is, but it's clearly really deadly.
Damn.
Holy crap. Okay, I really need to get away from anything that's trying to explode itself, I guess. Because there's like a green explosion that's happening that's murdering me every single time. And it is not, it's not helping.
Bait set. What now?
Okay,
Maybe we need a safe
do
word.
this.
You know, something you'll say when you can't take it anymore.
And
Oh,
what
there they are.
would you do once I uttered it?
Don't know. Calm you down.
Okay, I think the green glow is actually my healing effect.
Please,
That's what that is.
you won't be able to. We must forge through this, that is all.
What's happening? What's happening? I don't get it. I don't get it. Something's really murdering me fast. There must be some other enemy that I'm missing. It's like firing a blood missile at me. Is it him? Is he doing this to me?
What now? Maybe we need a safe
So I do
word.
this.
You know, something you'll say
Go
when
over
you
here.
can't take it anymore.
And what would you do once I uttered it?
Don't know. Calm you down. Somehow.
It's not spawning here anymore.
Please, Geralt. You won't be able to. We must forge through this, that is all.
Okay, get away from the Rot Fiend. The explosion there is gonna murder
We
me.
just smelled the blood.
Just play it safe. Oh! No, 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 no. Play it safe. Get away, get away. Okay, keep that Quen up. Keep that Quen up.
Hang in there.
It grows.
Not one of these guys. These guys suck.
Come.
Good, because I can hear more coming.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. This is tough. Not easy. I need this guy down. Okay, good. That big guy's gone. That's huge. That's huge for us. Just don't insta-kill me with anything, please. Okay, it's maxed. Are we done? I can't watch him being transformed into the monster, sadly.
Hold on, I'll let you out.
No, don't let him out. You're supposed to take his blood, right? Sheesh.
Need to hang on a little longer. Blood'll dry in a few hours. Scent won't bother you anymore.
Now we're just gonna meditate for a while he suffers.
Get you out of here.
The concoction.
You can't finish it in this state. Tell me how. I'll help you.
I mean, or we can just wait till it gets better.
Any better?
Far from ideal. And some time must pass before I fully recover. But yes, a bit better, thank you.
Never expected it to be like that. You didn't tell me.
That was exactly what I expected it to be like. What is Geralt talking about right now? I never expected it to be like that. No, of course, he said he was going to transform and go crazy and he might lash out at us.
We need not discuss it.
But we do. Because if I'd known you were going to subject yourself to torture...
What would you have done?
Found Dettlaff some other way.
I did not wish you to use any other way. Did that occur to you?
No, because I thought no being would ever willingly subject itself to that kind of pain. You vampires aren't any different from us in that regard.
I told you. The pain is my way of paying my debt.
The enormous debt I owe Dettlaff.
If I had to do it again, I would, in a heartbeat.
Okay. I mean, this is interesting that he considers, though, that pain paying his debt to Dettlaff, when really we're using it to find Dettlaff. So I don't know if it's him paying his debt. I guess he wants to do all this for Dettlaff's own good, so that we don't just go and kill him. So I guess in that sense, it's doing it for his benefit.
Resonance. It's ready.
Are you certain you followed the formula?
It's just a roundabout
This is
way
exact. The
of
brilliant
saying
time
it.
precise. This is important, Geralt. The slightest deviation could cost even a witcher dearly.
Relax. Got some experience brewing potions.
Not that much.
Very well.
I don't brew too many
In
potions.
that case, let's begin.
What's going on? We're getting poisoned. White screen! Okay. We're going through the memories, I see. We drank the thing.
Excuse me. I shall only take a moment.
You jumped the queue, sir.
But Count, sir, you must understand. I've a meeting.
Sir,
Council.
you were next. Please, take a seat. This gentleman was here first. Step down or you shall regret it.
Ah, fails to realize he was your friend, Count.
Sheesh. His hands.
It was then I ordered him to give up his seat and step off the stand. If only you'd seen his face. We got him good, didn't we, Dettlaff? And then Mother insisted we buy the mill. Curious, eh?
Interesting moth pin he's got on his chest there.
But at least I've a yarn to spin for friends and associates. Forgive me. What?
Oh. Okay. Why though? One guy who's nice to you? And he cut off his own hand because he just didn't like what he did, but like, why did he do it? Yeah, it's not the same without your friend there. But what's the point of that? Did you try to steal that place? You could live
Awake
there?
at last.
Or
You
what?
arrived like a squirrel caught in a snare. I'd begun to fear they were death throes, that you'd departed.
Sure wasn't pleasant, but it worked.
What did you see?
Delacroix. His death did not come easy. Seems Dettlaff had made friends with him, still killed him, and chopped up his corpse. And he was overcome with fury, remorse, cut off the hand that had committed the murder.
Interesting. And entirely unlike the Dettlaff I know. See anything else?
That's entirely unlike the Dettlaff you know? Yeah, which part of it? Which part was unlike the Dettlaff he knows? Because we know that this guy believes in Dettlaff. He believes that Dettlaff can turn things around. That he can, I don't know, not be killed. That everything can be fine with Dettlaff. And I mean, what we saw supports that at least he can become friends with humans. So which part of it was unlike the Dettlaff he knows? The fact that he still killed the human in the end? I don't know. I'm not sure what he meant by that.
Saw a moment. Delacroix did something selfless. Was kind to Dettlaff. Guess it could have been the start of their friendship.
Why the uncertainty?
Nothing extraordinary about it. Normal, everyday situation, really. Visions were supposed to issue from strong emotions.
Clearly, the situation provoked such emotions in Dettlaff. Keep in mind, he did later murder Delacroix.
Killing someone who's grown dear to us, it's bound to elicit strong emotion. Vampires are no different in that regard. Did you see anything else?
There was something. Showed up twice in the vision. A bootblack stand. Dettlaff first met Delacroix there. Went back after the murder, actually.
Peculiar.
Stand was somewhere in the Port District. And the bootblack acted as if he knew Dettlaff.
That would be even odder. Perhaps we should have a chat with the lad. Though I would expect no breakthroughs.
It's our only lead. I'll go talk to him. Coming with.
I shall join you later if it's no trouble. I don't yet feel strong enough to venture out.
It makes a lot of
That's fair.
sense.
Rest up. Be back as soon as I learn anything.
Also, all the garlic there. Is he fine with all the garlic being around here? Or is that supposed to like help keep his bloodlust away? The fact that there's garlic here? Is that how it works? I don't really know. Okay, I'm waiting till all the notifications go away. Okay, yeah, new marker, sure. Okay, are we done? Okay, we're done.
Not now, Geralt. I could not move a step without your assistance.
Okay, yeah, we can't talk to him. What's this? Regeneration potion formula? Okay, a bunch of stuff. Grind the larger ingredients out of the smaller ones whole. Boil at a kettle using crystal water. Consume twice daily. Okay, so that's to aid in regeneration. Okay, how do I get out of here? So yeah, that was an interesting cutscene. I still don't know how Dettlaff was while he was interacting with... why did I forget his name? While he was interacting with our friend there. I don't know how his personality was in those times when he knew them. But surely it couldn't have been that different. Because the Dettlaff that we saw, honestly, it matches with, I mean, what we saw of him before, and also what we were told about him. So, again, I'm not really sure what he meant. But clearly, as they said, it was tough for him to actually murder that human. So there must have been a very compelling reason why he decided to do that. I don't know how that could possibly have something to do with the, my gosh, why is everyone so loud? Obviously it has something to do with that shoeshiner's place. But I can't understand how that could be something, what could be so important? I can't understand it.
You'll not find work here.
Okay, here we are. This is the actual place. Price list? Cleaning services price list. Okay, a bunch of stuff. Can shine just a single boot? They also clean armor. And they can clean anything, it seems. Okay, do they also clean up blood?
Cut you! So how would you explain it? Whether it pours for a week or the sun bakes our pates, we've always mud up to our ankles here.
You can't blame me for Beauclair's fickle weather.
Fickle weather! I've seen you! You empty your chamber pot in front of our shop each morn, so folks will dirty their boots go to you to get them cleaned.
A far-fetched conspiracy theory, sirs.
I'll conspire to welt your bum with my belt. Come here!
Leave him alone.
Just who the spit are you?
His father? They're gonna see right through that. A witcher? Not your concern.
All you need to know is, long as I'm here, you're not gonna touch the boy.
Is that so? Then we'll come find him once you're gone.
Try
Yeah.
it, and I'll find you.
Is that a threat?
Yep. Leave the kid be and piss off.
Oh no. No northern sheep Dettlaff insults us. We'll pummel the swine first, then spike the piglet. Get him!
Not very smart. Okay, but
Break your legs!
if you could not spawn me right in front of him like that, getting ready to get hurt, that'd be great.
Now! Now from the...
That did not work out.
What's the meaning of this? The brawl? Who started it?
I'm investigating the beast, on the Duchess's orders.
Ah,
Bonks him aside.
We've heard of you. And these men, what are they doing?
Nothing out of misunderstanding.
Nothing really. Had a little misunderstanding. Figured it out, though.
Uh-huh, I see. As the Duchess's protege, you may go. But this lot, that's another matter. You'll come with us. Some time in a cell ought to scare the dimwits out of you.
Well, that didn't work out very well, but I mean, it worked out in the end, but, I didn't expect to spawn in right when they're punching me in the face.
You're very good with your fists, sir.
No, I'm not.
Wouldn't
You
be
shouldn't say
looking for
that.
Work, would you? We'd make a fine duo.
Yeah? How you imagine that working?
Splendidly. That's how. I suggest a partnership. where I see to the boots while you stand guard.
Why
And
would you
as
need a guard that
grow
much?
Stronger, come morn, you take the chamber pot out and help me make mud.
Okay, so you
About
do
the
make
mud's
mud.
True. They were right to want to box your ears.
I've got to make a living somehow, so what
Surely
say
there's
you,
enough
sir?
mud to go around, though.
Partners?
Do you really
Let me
need to
think
make
about
it?
Listen, I'm interested in a certain gentleman.
Oh, wait! Before we get to talking, please, take a seat.
Okay.
My boots are clean.
In this city, no boots are clean unless they just come off my stand. A seat, sir, please. So then, who was it you wanted to ask about?
One of your patrons. Tall, elegant black frock. Not from around here.
An arrival? Indeed. I hear a faint bell ringing. A modest sum might make it sing out loud and clear.
How much?
Let's say 500 crowns.
Hey, we helped you out earlier.
Gotta be kidding me. What would you even do with that kind of coin?
Expand my venture. I'm sure you can imagine. Have a proper stand with a big sign. I want a new box too. New polishes, new brushes. And if I've enough coin left, I'll buy a share in a launderer's. Get wastewater for free.
Got it all planned out.
I should.
But then you're gonna have to make
so.
even more mud.
Capital is all I require.
Okay, I don't have enough delusion level. Fine, I guess I have to negotiate with
Alright.
him.
Let's see if we can't figure something out.
Okay. On the left side of the screen, you guys can't see it, but I'm negotiating with how much. Base rate, bonus rate, final rate? I'm gonna offer him 350.
That's not even worth the spit I'd need to use to discuss it.
Fine. You're gonna be offered 400.
It's not quite. I don't know.
Okay, if he's not even gonna take 400, then how's this gonna work? 425.
Ah, see? I knew we'd clinch it.
Okay, but that was not a negotiation. I was the only one making any offers there. So you just waited. You could have just waited for all eternity. Not about to. I guess I'll pay it. Fine.
Fine. Guess I can agree to that.
That's way too
1,000
much.
Thanks. I shan't forget it. Now to the matter at hand. I know the fellow you seek, though I don't know his name. A steady patron, gets his boots cleaned every few days. He's very good to me. Always pays me a premium.
Know where I might find him?
No, but you could wait here. Perhaps he'll stop by.
Don't have the time for that. Sure you don't know where to find him? Or maybe notice which direction he came from?
When I clean boots, sir, I do not look up to see where folk come from. I clean.
It
Fair
seems
enough.
you're having a rough go of it.
Oh, you're here. Feeling better?
I am, thank you. The local necropolis, the air does wonders for me. Now, if I might intercede, I dare say I've the right question to ask. Young man, you see this vial? One drop added to your boot polish will help you wipe even the most encrusted boot clean as the dome of St. Lebioda's cathedral. With it, you will serve 3 times as many patrons at a fraction of the effort, and piles more coin. I'm prepared to give you this vial if you tell me where the man we seek lives.
But you won't hurt him, will you? The gentleman's art, true, but he's kind.
In point of fact, he's a friend. Yet we had a falling out of sorts and would like to straighten matters out.
I leave his boots at the door of a house near the port. The door is red, but I do not know if the gentleman lives there.
Worth checking. Might happen on a lead.
Would you let me scrape the dirt off your kickers before you go? With all due respect, sirs, your boots could stand a cleaning.
Thank you. Perhaps later.
Well, I'm still dead.
Handled that kid pretty well.
Finding the right approach. That's the trick to dealing with children.
Yeah, saw that. Meaning, The right thing to bribe them with.
Yeah, he came prepared, clearly. Does this guy have anything else to say?
Hey there.
Greetings, Guardian Witcher. Thanks to you, my little enterprise is in ruddy health.
Can't really see that anything's changed.
All in due time. At the moment, I'm perusing my options. Asking after prices, verifying quality. You know, it's very easy to squander coin. But rest assured, I will spend mine very wisely.
We'll see.
If you're like this now, who will you be when you're older?
A very rich man.
Yeah, but you might be doing it by scamming people. I'm not sure if I trust him, since he's out there spreading mud on people's shoes.
You're pretty chatty. Nosy.
I would say inquisitive and sociable. Besides, a good tradesman ought to amuse his clients with small talk.
Fair enough. Must know a lot about the folk of Beauclair.
All about all, meaning everything about everyone. I know who slept with who, and who wishes they had. I know who's friends, and who'd slit each other's throats.
Potentially dangerous, that kind of knowledge.
Bah, but I'm known to keep my tongue tight, my mouth sealed tight. Why, if I blabbed what I hear, they'd have done me in long past. As it is, all that's said on my stand stays on my stand.
Well, maybe not everything. You did tell us where Dettlaff is.
Come early, come often. I'll perfect your look, and not only yours, but every man's woman's child's.
Okay. Alright, he has nothing more, nothing vital to say at the moment. What is this kid doing? He's trying to walk in a straight line, I guess. One foot in front of the other. Okay, where are we going exactly?
Red door. One the bootblack mentioned.
Okay, a toy shop? Tons of birds here.
Won't budge. Gotta break it down.
Is that really
You
necessary?
might just as well stand out in the street, pound on a drum,
Yeah.
and holler, Dettlaff, I'm coming for you. A bit more finesse, I implore you.
Let's hear your idea.
Give me a moment.
Very useful ability.
Nice. Ever consider becoming a burglar? Skill like that'd come in awful handy.
I considered it briefly, but ultimately concluded it would be terribly dull.
Yeah, if you can do something like that, then I guess it would be dull, huh? Pretty overpowered. A lot of dolls. Why would he be at a toy shop?
He here? Sense him.
No, he's not here, but he was here recently. His scent is still strong.
Let's look around.
Okay, where children toil, toys waste away. I guess I'll be healing. But there's no way I'm gonna heal fully before my next combat encounter. Eviction notice. Hasn't been paying his bills? Eviction notice. Due to the non-payment of rent for the premises used for shopkeeping purposes, the Administrative Court of Beauclair orders the tenant, Ulrich the Sump, vacate the premises within 7 days. Not complying with this eviction notice will cause a custodial sentence to be imposed on the debtor. The length of the sentence shall be determined by the debtor's court.
Old toy.
He's not making enough
No
money.
use to anyone. Shame. Must have brought someone joy sometime. Somebody fixed this recently. No dust mark. Somebody moved this here recently.
Find the puppets disturbing?
At it.
I mean,
Let's go.
most puppets are disturbing.
So this is his nest. Need to look around.
More dolls.
Dettlaff van der Eretain, you do not know us, but we know you to be a vampire. We know also of your weakness for the wench they call Renowed. Now you know this. We shall chain her down and let rats feed on her. We shall flay the skin from her flesh. Yet you can save her. You need but travel to Beauclair, where you shall slay 5 men in the manner we prescribe.
So that's why.
You must complete the killing in 3 days. Fail, and the next letter you receive will contain a memento of your failure. Your beloved's finger.
There you have it. Proof positive Dettlaff killed not of his own accord. A blackmailer sunk his claws into him.
Yeah, who could it be?
Any idea what it could be? Dettlaff have any enemies?
Indeed. Dettlaff gains foes occasionally, but they never live long.
One might have managed to evade him.
Possible in theory, but I know of none. It would have to be someone devilishly dangerous. As you well know, having faced Dettlaff yourself. Whoever it is someone new.
Who's Renowed?
His one-time lover. The sole human woman with whom he was very close. Because she accepted him. With her aid and care, he found a place for himself in this hostile world. She began the work that I strive to continue.
Ever meet her?
Never had the pleasure, alas. She deserted him a time before he came around to save me, though he always claimed she'd gone missing.
She deserted him. Why do you believe she'd gone missing? What do you think?
Take it you have your doubts.
I know humans better than he does. Their capacity to be disloyal, dishonest. I also know she took her things. Not something one associates with the kidnapped, or those who disappear against their will. I'll save you the trouble of asking. No, I don't know why she left. I can, however, hazard a guess that Dettlaff grew angry one day, showed another, more monstrous side. Dettlaff's anger could frighten anyone off, though most who see it get no chance to flee.
Dettlaff have trouble letting go, except
That makes some sense.
Is that so hard to believe? Do you know no humans who've struggled with just such a thing? And Dettlaff is so much more emotional than most humans. Not only was she his beloved, his lover, his mate, she was a member of his pack. And one never leaves one's pack voluntarily.
Dettlaff ever try to find her? I mean, if she was that important. Higher vampires have their ways, all kinds. Should have been easy as pie for him.
Geralt, as you rightly noted, we are vampires, not miracle workers. He searched for months on end before giving up. Clearly Renowed knew him all too well. Enough to cover her tracks, leave no way for him to find her.
Could Renowed be the one then who's behind? Trying to make him do all this stuff? Like maybe Renowed is faking that she was captured and has been taken hostage. Maybe Renowed herself is the one who wants these specific people dead. Is that possible?
Even if Renowed did abandon him that time.
Because that would explain
looks like someone's actually kidnapped her this time.
Hard to argue with
a
that.
lot.
And hard to foresee what he's prepared to do to free her, get her back.
He's prepared to kill, that's clear.
As would you be for Yennefer. He kills for he cares for her deeply. And that blood, those individuals, they mean nothing to him.
Yeah, I get it now. He's out to rescue a female from his pack.
Exactly.
Right, so someone's blackmailing him. We know that. Still have no idea who. Need to look around some more.
It'd be so much easier if Dettlaff would just talk to us and just tell us who was blackmailing him. Although he probably doesn't think that we could help.
Nice little trinket.
And maybe we can't. It might be that we can't actually help. So
Tools were used
you never know.
recently. Dettlaff unwind by fixing toys between murders?
Really now, Geralt, must you?
Nice tune.
Indeed. I'm not certain why, but it reminds me of home. Our true home from before the conjunction of spheres.
So this is a tune from the vampire homeworld. I wonder if you ever see it in one of the other Witcher games. And that's like a, you can actually hear that as part of their OST.
Tools were used recently.
Okay, I already, that's not what I want to look at.
Really now, Geralt, must you?
Sometimes I think I might end up like one of these toys. Woman's likeness. Bit smudged. That Renowed?
I don't know. As I said, I never met her.
Reminds me of someone.
Who?
Not sure. Can't help feeling I've seen that face before, though.
Really? Interesting. So is it somebody we've seen before? I'm not good with remembering faces, so...
Somebody fixed this recently.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not really good at remembering faces.
Tools were used recently.
Okay, I'm not... I don't... No, I just wanted to...
toys between murders.
Stop it!
Really now,
So I'm looking at that. There we go. Letters naming the beast targets.
Look, slips of paper. Name on each.
Now this should be relevant, because these were made by the actual people who are trying to blackmail in.
Milton de Peyrac Peyrin.
Possibly.
Count de Lacroix.
Dettlaff's victims, one and all. But that's not his hand.
Must have come from whoever wrote the letter. All of it written using the same ink.
So we have to figure it out.
Color.
Who wrote it?
Ink was dyed with cinnabarite. Rare mineral, pretty much found only in
Nazaire. But I fear it means very little. Anyone could have imported such ink.
Fair enough. Still worth remembering.
Look, this slip is stained.
With wine. Not much to go on either. Especially not in Beauclair.
Perhaps. Yet perhaps also worth remembering.
And also, why would the blackmailer leave clues on their on their messages? It's not smart at all. I don't understand why they would not be a little bit more cautious. But okay.
Blackmailer. Kinda curious who it could be.
Why is that?
Regis. Somebody kidnapped a vampire's lover. Bold to begin
And
with.
they'd have to know that.
Now they're forcing the vampire to kill. A vampire you yourself insisted no murderer. Blackmailer's skilled. Someone special.
Astute. Now that I think of it, I'm beginning to wonder if...
It's not one of your kind? Another vampire?
Precisely. The plot thickens.
Just a hypothesis. Wouldn't set my heart on it till we know more.
Right you are.
Why would
That's
another
some of what
vampire...
we know.
Why would another vampire blackmail him to do this, though? Another vampire could just do the same kind of thing, right? They wouldn't have that much
Seems
trouble with it.
Dettlaff's being blackmailed. Someone's been feeding him his victims' names.
All noted down using one and the same Nazaire ink. And not in his handwriting.
Not much.
But enough to ascertain Dettlaff's innocence, clearly.
I don't know if that's innocence. He's still... It's untrue.
Not how I'd put it. Doubt it's how the Duchess will see it either.
I trust you to convince her. And then...
What? Go on, don't be shy. See, you've got it all figured out, including the grin I gotta wear.
It's a rather bold plan, but... Were we to find Renowed, we would strip the blackmailers of their hold on Dettlaff.
That's one idea. Could be worth a shot. But what about Dettlaff? He gonna go on killing while I'm out searching for his lover?
He will not.
And he had a really short time period to go on, right? Didn't they say within 3 days you have to kill them? It's not a lot of time.
Convince him to stay his hand. Assure him you're a friend seeking to help. I'll await him here. He's sure to return sooner or later.
Think he'll listen?
He will.
Ought to wait with you, maybe.
No, he'll sense you from a mile off. Simply fail to appear. I'd better stay alone. You must trust me on this.
Fine. Need to report to the Duchess first.
So be it.
This guy is very brave.
Dettlaff and I both.
Okay. I hope this guy, I hope he survives through this entire storyline. He's been super helpful, super nice, willing to endure all sorts of hardship.
Geralt, I'd never wish to give the impression I do not enjoy your company. The truth is quite the opposite, in fact. However...
Yeah, I know. Dettlaff's not likely to show up as long as I'm here. But 5 minutes won't hurt, will it?
I suppose not. I was wrong to press you to go. You wish to ask something?
Oh, we already heard
meaning to
about
ask
how
you,
they met. I thought
you
you
and
saved his
Dettlaff
life,
meet.
right?
A somewhat uncomfortable subject.
I'm all ears and I got time.
As you well know, during my teething years, I had a spell during which I abused blood. Among vampiric youth, I was, all false modesty aside, rather popular. I ran with the plasma crowd. I made a great many acquaintances, one of whom was Dettlaff. But our paths soon diverged. You see, our band had an appetite for chasing youthful capers. Blood-guzzling contests, that sort of thing. Let's turn into bats and terrify the ladies. Dettlaff thought it all foolish. He was right, of course. Though I only came to understand this later.
Sorry, just can't imagine you as a young vampire rabble-rouser, renegade, punk.
You know of our exceedingly long lifespans. They allow us plenty of time to change. I, for one, thank the gods for that.
Yeah, he's been around for a very long time. Okay, so he used to be popular because he used to run around and scare people and drink as much blood as possible. Use a certain spell to help drink blood. It sounds like the equivalent of doing drugs.
Dettlaff doesn't show.
He'll show.
Tell me, how's this work? When I need a short answer, concise, quick, you're likely to give me a scholarly lecture. But when I could use some details, elaboration, all I get is a few grunts. What's that about?
Allow me to explain. When speaking of facts, tangible matters, I do indeed strive to express myself precisely and at length. However, when our discussions center on affairs of the intuition or things vampiric, my utterances are indeed towards the taciturn. For even the longest discourse would not allow me to explain to my interlocutor any issue of this purview satisfactorily. Therefore, I repeat, Dettlaff will show, sooner or later.
Okay, fair enough.
Take care, Regis.
Alright, I guess I'm heading out of here then. Report to the Duchess about your hunt for the beast. I mean, I guess, yeah, that's something to do while we wait for news. What are we gonna tell her exactly? Are we gonna tell her just the truth of the situation? Dettlaff's a vampire. He's being forced into it, coerced. I mean, I guess that's the plan. Okay, this should be where I need to be.
And what of the funeral?
Oh, they were saying stuff.
Geralt of Rivia,
What of the funeral?
Master Witcher.
I wanted to hear that conversation. They're
I was
probably
not
talking about
mistaken. You arrived and
one of the
trouble
victims.
followed soon after.
Step aside. Got a matter for the Duchess.
At last, Witcher. We've been on tenterhooks. Did you catch Milton's killer?
found the beast, but that's it. Case just got more complicated.
Case is more serious than we thought. The beast? I couldn't kill it. Didn't manage.
We sent you after a monster, and you return with nothing? We are very disappointed.
Situation's not quite that simple. Beast's a powerful vampire.
Is this a problem? Is it too much for a witcher? A monster slayer? But everyone knows how to end a vampire. Draw him by trick into sunlight. Or arm yourself with ample garlic and drive a stake through its heart.
Garlic's useless against vampires. Sun and stakes don't hurt him either. Those methods...
Okay, so garlic doesn't do anything. Got it.
work in legends and fables.
I see.
And buckthorn? When I was a child, Grandmama Ademarta always claimed buckthorn drives off vampires.
Silver sword's your best option for keeping them at bay. But it won't get the job done, because only a higher vampire can truly kill another of its kind.
Excuses. Ha! Your Grace, I shall assemble a battue. Bring the matter to its end at once. The Witcher need but tell us where to find this monster.
Go ahead and let them go to their deaths. Stay out of this. What should I even say? I'm not gonna. He's the one. He's being rude. So I should say all this, but no. I'm gonna take the high road and be.
Whoa, this is work for a Witcher, not for your guardsmen.
Yet when a Witcher fails, my guards.
You be professional about this.
I'll take my best. 40 hardened veterans. No vampire can stand up to that.
40, 50, 100, doesn't matter. Won't make any difference against him.
You have not seen my guardsmen in action.
Can they fight fog? Hit a target that moves faster than the wind?
How? What creature can do such things?
Creatures like this one. Higher vampires, we call them. Each one's a little different. Unique or exceptional, you might say. Some transform into giant bats. Others communicate with animals, command them.
Yet all are still brainless beasts.
Dead wrong. Thinking of lesser vampires. Alps, Ekamaras, Catacans, for instance. They're ruled by instinct, sure. Attack anything that smells of blood. Higher vampires? They think. They employ reason.
Monsters driven by reason. A curious contention. What, then, do you intend to do?
It's not the first kind of monster we've ran into that reasons. So why is this guy like a monster that reasons? Of course not. That's such a silly thing to say. We've ran into a whole bunch of monsters that reason. Whether they're the what were the Godkin, or the or that succubus lady, like they had reason, and also even the trolls. Even the trolls have some reason to them. So I don't know why this guy finds it that strange. Find him and talk to him? This is no common monster? Yeah, we already explained that.
Try to talk to him. That's our best bet.
I cannot believe this. Her Grace summons a Witcher to kill a monster. Instead, he wishes to chat with it. Ha.
Know what I'm doing. His lover was kidnapped. He's being blackmailed.
Blackmailed? Be so kind as to explain how a vampire might be blackmailed.
Same way a human would.
They're like us, motivated by emotions, not instinct. Not only are they intelligent to an extreme, they're emotionally rich, capable of feeling many things, even love. This one fell in love with a woman, a human, and he'll do anything to keep her from harm.
You do not, I trust, suggest we let Milton's killer go free, or wait until it murders again. We must render it harmless as quickly as possible.
I'll find the blackmailer, free the vampire's lover.
You were to destroy him, not help him.
No one else should die. That's most important. Soon as the woman's safe, he'll have no more reason to kill.
Could the Duchess be the woman? No, it can't be, because he would surely recognize... surely the Duchess's picture would be in some places. Surely Dettlaff would recognize her. So that can't be right.
I admit to being swayed, Witcher. You may be right. Do you know anything about the blackmailer?
Got one lead. A few scraps of paper. Blackmailer wrote the names of the vampire's victims on them. One of them stained. A drop of wine, looks like. So damn little to go on.
You've no idea how wrong you are, my dear. Send for the ducal sommelier. Hop, hop!
The ducal sommelier?
In Tucson, wine is sacred. Here there is no such thing as a drop of wine, or stains therefrom. They are stains from a drop of Estest, Ervelus, Fiorano.
And you can tell?
Your Grace wished to see me?
Witcher, show him the paper scrap. Benoit, can you determine which wine made this stain?
You gonna smell it?
Yes, yes. The west bank of the Sara too. That's rather obvious. Aged in barrels of Beauclair oak. Hue, deep burgundy. Clarity, high.
Okay.
It's simple. Saint Real, the 1269 vintage.
That's impossible. The wine is produced at Castel Ravello, especially and exclusively for the ducal table. Perhaps some Saint Real was stolen. We must go to the vineyard, see if there's not been an incident.
What? You mean the politicians? Oh, yeah, you're right. There's no way that the politicians would be involved in something shady or murders or blackmail. No, they would never do anything like that. I agree. This is impossible. It must be somebody else. It must be one of the riffraff, surely. What do you mean, we? A specific wine? Tell me more. Sure.
Saint Real. Never heard of it.
It's highly unlikely you've ever had a chance to partake of it. As I said, it is only ever served to the ducal family.
Didn't stop it from ending up on that scrap of paper. Unless your Grace's sommelier is mistaken.
In matters of wine, Benoit is never mistaken. If he says it's Saint Real, it is Saint Real. We must ride to Castel Ravello at once.
That's
Discover what
a lot of confidence.
Wait.
But I trust it.
Your Grace wants to go with me? Out of the question.
I hope you do not suppose we will sit on our ducal hiney and do nothing while our duchy is in grave danger.
Your Grace, what you propose is far too dangerous. The Witcher should go alone.
It pleases me to see you gentlemen finally agree on something. But I've made my decision. We shall go, accompanied by the best possible escorts. You, Captain, and Geralt. We will travel incognito. We've no wish to give the court any reason to gossip. For the duration of this mission, I release you from your obligation to adhere to court protocol. In short, from now on, I am Anna Henrietta, not your Grace.
Okay, is there
Yes,
a
Your
need for
Grace.
that?
Witcher, are you ready?
Okay, so we're going with this guy as well. So this guy has been kind of like belligerent towards us, but I don't know if that means that he's necessarily suspicious at all. But of course, the fact that anyone gets this amount of screen time is always going to be a little bit suspicious. Like, why are they focusing so much on this guy? Is it because he's the one who is performing the blackmail? But if that was the case, then he would have to have a reason to murder all those people. I mean, I guess I could see somebody up in his position wanting to get rid of some of his competition. But then he would also need to know about... He would also need to know about the vampire himself. However, he could have learned about the vampire Dettlaff from Dettlaff's lover. Like, if she went and decided to hang out with this guy and be this guy's girlfriend or wife or whatever, then she would tell him all the stories about what happened with the vampire. And they might work together to use that to their own advantage. I could see that being the case.
Yeah, ready to go.
Excellent.
That would make a lot of sense.
Give me a moment. I must don something more appropriate and concealing. Then we will be off.
Those horses are going side to side a lot. Yeah, it's a much better outfit than what she was previously wearing. Too much frilly nonsense before. Okay, another scene of us just
This
riding along.
vampire, have you ever faced its sort before?
I have.
How did it end? Did you kill it?
Didn't have to fight him. Hadn't killed anyone.
Have you ever heard of anyone defeating such a vampire?
Know of a man who defeated one, sure. But he didn't manage to kill it. Ultimately, only another vampire can kill a vampire.
Surely that can't be completely true. There's got to be some way to kill a vampire. I mean, so we know that a vampire was... Okay, they're getting away from me. But we know that a vampire was held for 200 years at least in a cell with nothing. And they don't need air because they found that strange that humans needed air. They don't need air, they don't need water, they don't need food. For 200 years, they don't need anything. So you can't just starve it to death. But surely there's something that the vampires sustain themselves off of? And there's got to be some way to cut that off. Cut off that connection to whatever is sustaining them. And I'd imagine there's some sort of mage who would be able to do that. I don't know who, but I'm sure with enough investigation it could be figured out. I'm assuming when he says a vampire can kill another vampire, it's probably by like draining its energy, sucking the other vampire's blood until they disappear entirely.
Have attacked the wagon. We must help.
Stay back, Your Grace. We shall see to this. Back, you beast!
It said not to say your grace. You said your grace. You're not supposed to do that.
Help! Save us!
Ow.
Back, you beast! Begone!
Okay.
Help! Save us!
Can this go away? Thank you. Get away, Panther.
Back, you beast!
Nice.
Begone!
Done. Time to move on.
If not for you, we'd have been done for.
They were fortunate they happened by.
You saved our lives.
Hooray!
Hooray!
Come on, Roach.
Yeah, it seemed. I would not want to live in this
Tell
world.
me more about this vineyard.
Monsters and
Castel Ravello.
It's the
deadly
best
things
in
everywhere.
Tucson. An old master of the winemaking trade runs it. Fabricio.
He trustworthy?
He's held his post for years. There's never been a problem. Till now. I wish to know your thoughts, Geralt. The Sonreal stain, how did it wind up on the paper? Is someone from the vineyard blackmailing the vampire?
Geralt, why do you flee?
I'm trying to listen to all your dialogue. Darn
Could
it.
be a servant.
Okay, good.
Could be
You're
the
still talking.
steward. Could be the wine was just stolen from the estate.
We shall know.
Why? Why does the game force me to... I wanted to wait so I could listen to all of it, and it ended up making me not listen to all of it. Whatever, it's fine.
We did not expect any visitors from the palace. How are affairs at court?
Doubtless you've heard of the Beast of Beauclair.
Well, we've our hands full. Especially since the rogue last attacked in the palace gardens.
I trust Her Illustrious Highness was not harmed?
Kind of you to ask, Master Fabricio. I am well.
Your Grace? We were not warned. I shall order the salon prepared at once.
That won't be necessary. As you can see, we are not here on an official visit.
Naturally. Might I ask then what has brought you to Castel Ravello?
Want to talk to you? Here for an inspection? No, we want to talk to you.
Came to see you. Got some questions.
In this land, it is seen as polite to introduce oneself before asking any questions.
This is Geralt of Rivia, a witcher. He has come to Toussaint.
I like that shrug that Geralt gave right there. It's like, I have to do this. I have to do this politics song and dance. Oh, I have to do this stuff about the correct way to do things.
Invitation.
Which is to say...
Which
Doesn't
is
care
to
about
say,
manners.
I expect you to treat him with the utmost respect.
Of course, Your Grace.
Did you hear that?
I mean, you would think that anybody that the Duchess is going to is like taking along with her would be worthy of respect. So you should just show them respect by default. I don't understand why this guy would not just show Geralt respect by default, considering that he came with her.
Witcher, Fabricio will be delighted to answer your every question.
Want to talk about San Real?
I am at your service.
We'll start with
Some
this.
of this wine might have been stolen. Just a suspicion we have, but any burglaries lately?
Burglaries? Not to my knowledge. And a few days past I took stock of the inventory. All was accounted for. The barrels lie safely in the cellar, I assure you.
Who hauls the barrels to the palace?
We've our own garrison. Guards who have served here for years and would answer with their heads for the wine.
We'll not get anywhere asking questions, I see. It's a waste of time.
Your Grace? How am I to understand this?
Because if
Master
he is...
Fabrizio, we have proof someone's gained access to Sonreal. Someone who should not have. Which means one of two things.
Well, we don't have proof of that. So it's either he's lying to us, which I don't think is true, or somebody who has legitimate access to it is doing all this, and I think that's the actual truth.
Either you lie to our face, or you are an idiot who has had wine stolen from under his nose and not even realized it. In either case, you shall answer for it.
But...
Silence! And listen. I shall inspect the barrels in person, thus giving you time to reflect. When I return, I expect to hear answers. Remind me, where is this Sonreal stored?
In the main cellar, around the corner. I'll show you.
I shall find it. Give me the key to the cellar and wait here.
Oh, of course, Your Grace. Here it is.
Come, Witcher.
This poor guy. I don't think he did anything wrong.
We shall wait here, Master Fabrizio.
That is the remedy for Toussaint's problems.
I did nothing wrong.
Yeah, I know. I agree. You did nothing wrong.
What if Fabrizio's blackmailing the vampire? Considered that?
He has his flaws, but I would never suspect him of such a thing. He's been very loyal. He owes all he has to me. His father frittered away the family fortune. He left his son an encyclopedic knowledge of wine. That is all. Fabrizio lived as a beggar until I appointed him steward of Castel Ravello. Only then did he come into his own.
Yeah, she was very, she was very aggressive with him. I feel bad for the guy. Especially since I'm very certain that he had nothing to do with anything. And I don't think we're going to find any barrels that have been tampered with.
Are present. Here's the inventory ledger.
Okay. We don't know if this has been tampered with, though.
Fermentation completed with no complications. Tapped above sediment line. Here it is. Barreling. Everything lines up at first glance. Neatly and thoroughly documented.
Then we must follow our other lead. Benoit said the stain came from the 1269 vintage. Let's find it.
Okay. What year is it now? When was that vintage made? History of Est? Oh, that's a history of a certain type of wine.
Ervelous. I like it. Quite dry.
An excellent wine. You've good taste.
Why is it such a huge sign for that? Okay. Let me loot. Let me loot. Est?
Est. Think everyone and their mother's heard of this wine.
Among the best in the world. Castel Ravello is famous for it.
Nope.
Fiorano. Dandelion's favorite. Adores it.
Ah, yes. That sophisticated palate of his.
Not that one either.
Got Pomino over here.
Nope, nothing to say about that one, huh? I guess it's not a very noteworthy wine. Oh, I just fell off an edge. Oh, what's this? What is some kind of puzzle here? What is this? Chicken, a plant, and a chicken, rotated in different ways. Is this something we're gonna need to interact with? Oh, there we go. No, that's a different vintage.
1270 vintage.
That's the wrong year. Keep looking.
Okay. Let's try the other side, I guess. Still the wrong year.
Sorial. Barrels are dated 1268.
Close, but not quite the right year.
This one? There we go.
Right here. 1269. What now?
Let's see if any barrels are empty.
Wanna open them?
For now, a knock will suffice. If you hear a hollow thud, we will have found what we seek.
Full. This one's full too.
This one is full.
This one's full too.
You gonna knock on this one? No?
Full. This one's full too.
Okay, they're all full.
Looks
As
like
expected.
all the barrels are full. Dead end, I'm afraid.
Full they are. The question is, are they full of Sonrial?
Also
Grab
a good
tap
point.
and a hammer. We shall open them one by one and taste.
Okay. Find barrel taps. Excuse me? Can you move? Thank you. I guess we need to go down there because I see it sparkling.
Barrel taps. Got the taps.
Then get to work. Let's broach those barrels.
Okay, this is definitely gonna go nowhere, by the way.
Ready.
Step aside.
I do not expect this to lead us anywhere. Guess I'll do all of them.
So?
Slightly. I have a feeling we'll find something awry.
I'm gonna do all of them, one by one. Let her taste it at her own pace. There we go. That's all done.
Revolting, bitter plonk.
Oh, wait, we found something?
Sour while aging.
Impossible. This is not wine. This is contaminated refuse that should never have made it into a barrel. The fact that it did was no accident, I'm sure.
Master Fabricio. Let's see what he has to say about it.
Okay, so it has been switched out. That's actually less interesting, in my opinion. I thought that we were going to find absolutely nothing. If it has been switched out, then this guy is unfortunate.
I am very disappointed.
But, Your Grace, I...
You are a step away from losing your head. Speak the truth and you might yet keep it.
Does he actually know something here?
I admit it. I sold a barrel of Sorial.
He did. Okay, I don't feel bad for this guy anymore. Why?
Why did you do it?
I couldn't resist. The sum they offered, it was enormous. I gave in.
Is what I provide not enough?
I wished to buy back my family's estate. For here, nothing is truly mine. I've a roof over my head, ample food to eat, but what is a nobleman without land of his own?
I don't know how that's such a big deal, but okay. I guess it was a big deal to him.
If you agree to show me mercy.
Now you're bargaining for terms? I think that's you're saying the wrong things here, buddy. Who'd you sell it to?
Who'd you sell the wine to?
A few weeks past at the Pheasantry, a rich nobleman approached me. He called himself a diplomat, well connected at court. He suggested we embark on an enterprise. Some of his clients had offered dizzying sums for even a drop of Sorial. He was to serve as intermediary.
This man's name?
He never revealed it. He was tall, black-haired, and spoke with a foreign lilt. He claimed to hail from Sintra.
I've no Sintrian aristocrat at court.
Wine itself. How'd you hand it over?
We met under the cover of darkness in the ruins of Fort Astra. A dozen or so men came to collect.
Okay, so a lot of people are in on
Armed
this.
men, the kind that stink of trouble. I had hauled the barrel there. They transferred it to their cart, and we went our separate ways.
That's it? That the last you ever saw of them?
That is to say, a few days passed. A messenger arrived. He said they wished to buy another barrel and, well, I've prepared it. Have it ready to deliver.
Goodness gracious.
Really thought nobody'd find out.
I was a fool. Very foolish. I beg you, Your Grace, you must forgive me.
You must.
That's enough. Know all we need to know.
We don't must to do anything.
Your Grace, I beg your forgiveness.
Get out of my sight.
I mean, it's because of his actions, though, that we were able to somewhat track down who did this. So I guess probably a limiting factor on his punishment
Captain,
a little bit.
have your men take Master Fabrizio to the dungeon. He must answer for his crime. High treason the charge. What now, Witcher?
We set a trap. Need to catch the wine thieves. Sentry and Noble could be our blackmailer. Next, transport. I'll take it to Fort Astra. Damien and his soldiers will cover me.
For once, I agree with you. We will do as you say. Let me know when you are ready.
See no reason to wait. Let's get going.
We will set out now. Position ourselves before you arrive. You take the cart and meet us there.
Fine. When the handoff begins, watch for my signal.
Okay, so we're going to try to catch the people who we're selling the wine to. But they're distributing the wine to all sorts of people. We don't know which one of the ones they're distributing it to is sending the messages, right? I still thought I think it would be more interesting, though, if none of the wine was missing. And we were just doing this and realized, nope, it was actually one of the nobles.
Relax.
One of the nobles of here. Of this place. Somebody that's close to the Duchess. Although I guess that also would have been maybe a little bit obvious, so I guess either way it would have been expected. Could have gone either way. Such great armor these people have, ready for battle.
It's not him.
Well, they're doomed. Are they actually gonna fight or give up? They honestly should just give up.
We can do it!
I don't know why the Banished would even try to fight back. They have no armor, no anything. I mean, they have swords, but...
Come on.
That's a point where you just let yourselves be captured. And feign ignorance. And be like, oh, we were just out here taking a stroll. We weren't here for the wine. We just happened to be transporting things this way, just to transport things this way. Although I guess maybe that kind of excuse wouldn't fly times like this. They might execute them anyway. Did Geralt just headbutt that guy? Okay. Anyone else? Okay, one last guy left, I think.
Think you can do whatever you please?
There we go. Easy peasy. Poor
Is
bandits.
it just me, or did we agree you'd wait for my signal?
That was the plan, but...
Great shot. Good thing you reacted. Can't say how that would have ended otherwise.
At your service. It was a good fight. We managed to capture one of the scoundrels.
Let's ask him a few questions. Come on.
Witcher, a moment. I was wrong about you.
Had no reason to trust me. We did what we came to do. That's what matters. Yeah, he had no reason to trust me. I don't think. I mean, he was pretty rude to us, but he did have no reason to trust us.
Well, had no reason to trust me, and I didn't do much to change that.
True. You are not the most endearing of them. At any rate, I see the effort you put forth. And I appreciate it. Let us go to her grace. She awaits nearby.
She's here? Yeah, of course she should.
Not at all surprised. Expected she'd want to oversee this personally.
The master's eye fattens the calf. You're beginning to understand that, I see. This prisoner of yours, bring him to me. We must ask him some questions.
Okay, so we did capture some of them alive. That's important.
Captain, do the honors.
Who sent you?
His name is Dog. They say he plowed your mother.
Once again, who sent you?
Your nun's lover. They call him...
Wait. If he doesn't wish to speak, he needn't. I can think of several other ways he can be helpful.
Oh?
I'm certain the Witcher will need bait to lure the beast of Beauclair.
What?
Yes, look at our intimidating Witcher with the the donkey ears. Only use this kind of bait as a last resort. Yeah, sure, good idea.
Sure can. Fresh out.
In that case, he's all yours.
Captain, have your men find me a strong rope. Kind that won't snap when we hang this fellow from a tree.
Rope?
Live bait. Great for monsters, provided they catch the scent of its blood. But I'll see to that.
What? No. No.
Is he actually gonna talk now,
Stop
or?
screaming. Save your strength. Got a long night ahead of you.
No, don't let him. I'll talk.
Where were those barrels going? Who hired? Yeah, let's ask him this first.
Barrels.
We're more likely to
Where
get
were
an
you
answer
gonna
for
take
this.
I don't know.
You don't know?
Captain,
Yes, you do.
Need that rope after all.
I truly don't know. Hornet's the leader. Only he ever knew where to go. But he
Yeah,
lies
we
in
should have
there
killed
dead.
all of them.
The first barrel went to a warehouse at the port. But where this one was bound, I don't know. I speak true. You must believe me.
Who hired you?
He'll kill me.
Ought to be worried about me right now. Who is he?
Go on, man. Spit it out.
The Cintrian.
Okay.
That's what they call him. I've never seen him, but
So
I know
they-
he mustered the men for this caper.
Did it say it's probably a Cintran noble?
He said that we were working for the Cintrian. I don't know anything else. I swear it.
Take him away. Throw him in the dungeon. He shall await trial there. Captain, we ride to town. Gather your men and seek out the Cintrian. Someone else must have seen him, must know of him.
Yes, Your Grace. I'll report to the palace as soon as I learn anything.
I shan't return to the palace. Our mission has not yet ended. The Witcher and I will await you at the guard post near the port.
What are we going to be doing?
Let's go to town.
Are we going to try to figure out where this was being delivered to, or go search for the Cintran, or what's the plan here?
He's late.
Relax, he'll come.
There's something I'd like to know. How can you be so damned calm?
Side effect of my mutations. We Witchers rarely get the jitters.
What if something has happened to him?
Captain seems like a man who can take care of himself.
Perhaps he can, but this Cintrian appears to be no common bandit.
Yes, and after they realize that they're not getting the shipment, that the shipment didn't arrive, they're going to understand that something's up.
He managed to steal ducal wine from under my guardsman's noses. We only learned of it through a fortunate coincidence. And it was he who specified the victims for the vampire. One must be exceptionally confident to blackmail such a monster.
Or not understand what they're dealing with. Also, what the heck just happened with my camera? I've seen that happen a few times lately where my camera lags like that. Whatever. It is what it is. Citrid could actually be a middleman. He slipped up and we'll use that. I think they're not the actual person
behind the kidnapping and blackmail.
Yeah.
Might have just handled the theft of the wine.
And I think that's true.
Even if it's so, he then sold the wine to the blackmailers. As I see it, that makes him an accomplice.
Need to find the
don't agree with that.
Whether or not he's responsible.
I think as selling somebody stolen wine is not the same as being an accomplice to murder. I don't think that's analogous, but okay.
Murders.
Let's go on.
Even if none of it's his doing, he could still know our blackmailer's identity.
Yes.
Besides, it's one thing to know who ordered the killings. Other thing entirely, and just as important, is why they... Someone's coming.
Oh, yeah, okay, it's him.
Captain, why so long? We expected you hours ago.
This Cintrian does not work alone. We are fighting an organization, not one man. Bandits attacked us, not a small force either. One of my boys has a broken arm, another a shattered knee, lamed for life. And the word on the street is there's a hefty bounty on your head, Geralt.
Okay, well, we've definitely stirred up the Hornet's Nest, and they're definitely revealing some of their cards now, at least. Not the first time. Yeah, what do you learn?
Don't care. Down to business. You learn anything?
I will start at the beginning. The port warehouse where the wine was delivered, we identified it, then learned who had hired it out. This proved to be a beggar, a stand-in. We found him. He admitted all. A man had paid him to sign the lease, a man he met while begging outside the pheasantry.
Back to the pheasantry again.
Fate lent us a hand. A waitress recalled spilling wine on a nobleman who spoke with a Cintrian accent.
What did he look like?
Okay. So wine was spilt on him by accident? Oh no, but that couldn't have been that wine, though.
Not helpful. Handsome, well-dressed, with a beard. No distinguishing marks. This could be anyone. But she remembered his female companion very well, as she recognized her. On the Cintrian's arm was Cecilia Bellant.
The singer? I've heard of her. She's said to be gifted, fairy.
The same. We went to her home immediately. Cecilia was not there, but we questioned her servants. A chambermaid claimed Cecilia is to meet a Cintrian gentleman tonight. She'd invited him to a reception mounted by the Mandragora.
A Mandragora? I don't know what the heck a Mandragora is. But so, Cecilia. Okay, I mean, every time another female character pops up, we have to ask ourselves, is this the woman that was the lover of the vampire guy, the whatever his name is, it starts with a D? We have to ask ourselves that
Mandragora.
every time.
What's that?
A club, an affiliation of local artists. Painters, sculptors, troubadours, and dancers.
Never heard of it.
They exude mystique, consciously, I think. Behaving like an exclusive cabal. Artistic elites. Every now and again they mount soirees. Only wealthy patrons are invited. All arrive in elaborate masks, then drink and flirt.
Gotta nab the Cintrian. Seems we have to go to that get-together.
You read my mind, Witcher. I shall gather my men, surround the establishment. Not a mouse will squeeze through.
Out of the question. If the Cintrian truly does have men about the city, he will find out and escape once again.
Duchess is right. Need to be careful. Best go there, blend in with the crowd.
Precisely what we shall do.
We, Your Grace.
Geralt and I. In that sort of company, the Witcher could use my help.
Where's the event gonna be held?
The Mandragora always assembles at the same place, a residence in Oatville. It's a very distinguished district. Geralt, you must don appropriate attire. Then meet me in Oatville.
Not appropriate attire again. Can't we just keep with our current attire? Everyone's always wanting us to go to parties. Can't we just stay home and play video games? Okay.
I should double the patrols, just in case.
Anything else to say, Damien?
Good luck. I hope you get the bastard.
Okay, meet Anna Henrietta in Mountbank Alley. Optional, put on clothes Anna Henrietta will consider appropriate for the soiree. Did we do that? Do I actually have any clothes remaining that are appropriate for a soiree? I don't think I do. I think I'd have to go buy them. Yeah, we ain't doing that. we ain't doing that. We are not going and buying appropriate clothes. I'm sorry. We're gonna have to stick with what we've got.
He's no hero. That's the
life in Beauclair can be quite dear.
This cur with the price on his head. It's him. Get him.
It's always free.
We've got...
Why do these people have names? Nevin. They're not just like Bandit. Who are these people? And why do we care? I don't know, but I'm gonna kill them, I guess.
Mistake.
Hey, you! Hair cat!
a witcher. That could
Didn't look like locals. Damien's right. I'm a hunted man.
Okay, so these are people that are trying to kill me because of the bounty on my head. Contract on a witcher. And it shows our face. That does not really look that much like us, I'll be honest. But I guess it's the best they can do. They got the scar at least, so. And so they're not locals either. Interesting. Alright, so we're going over there. I guess I'll warp here. Here we are.
Late. Why does that not surprise me?
She's probably just hiding somewhere. Surely. What are we waiting for here? And is she really gonna come alone?
Oh, Geralt, Geralt. I knew I should have taken you to the palace, handed you over to my tailor. Whatever are you wearing?
Sorry, I didn't have time to change.
Luckily, I prepared for just such an eventuality. Here, don this doublet. Its cut is all the rage these days.
Darn it. Okay, we're forced to change. How sad. It's okay, at least I don't have to buy anything. Good thing it happens to fit us. You apparently know our size. Oh, and we match
Not all
too.
bad. Nothing like a budding artist, of course, but just one other detail.
A mask?
Here, put it on.
A mask?
All who attend the Mandragora soiree wear them. If you have one on, no one asks who you are.
Why do they wear masks? For fun, I'm sure. But let's ask.
Any idea why they wear masks?
Likely because they imagine it oh so very romantic and mysterious.
Yep.
The truth is far simpler. This way, no one can tell which drunken aristocrats are pinching the performers.
Let's go. Soiree's started.
Mm-hmm. Wise of you to hide your weapons. They'd not have let us in otherwise, that's certain.
Well, if we're going to capture this guy, we might need weapons. So, we'll see.
How do we find the Cintrian? Have you a plan?
First find
Here's
Clarissa,
nothing to
or
spook him.
Cecilia.
Need to ask
There we
after his
go. That's her
partner,
name.
Cecilia first. Less likely to raise suspicions. As soon as we find her, we find him.
Yep.
Especially since he might be expecting us.
What do you mean?
Ran into some of his thugs in town. Knew who I was. Had it in for me.
I wonder if there'd be different dialogue if we didn't run into them.
Right you are. We must proceed with caution. Come, it's our turn.
Madame, Monsieur, an extraordinary pleasure to welcome you to the Mandragora's soiree. Tonight, I particularly recommend you direct your attention to the performances prepared by artists of our community.
Tell us about these performances.
This evening, the Mandragora has the honor to present 3 superb displays of artistry. The first was a concert by Cecilia Belont, a singer whose voice, were it stone, would surely be a diamond. Sadly, Mademoiselle Cecilia has sung.
Shame. We would have loved to hear her.
Luckily, you are in time to see the great Caleste.
Okay, so we missed
a
Cecilia,
master of
sadly.
Visual illusions come to us from far off.
But that would have been an easy way to find out who she is.
Interesting. And the third artist?
The third and fourth, for they are a duo, are the Tuven brothers, presenting their newest pantomime.
We were really hoping to meet Cecilia Belont.
You are admirers, I surmise. I'm certain you will have ample opportunity to converse with her.
It cannot be easy to identify anyone in this crowd. Perhaps you could help us find her.
I don't know where she is now, but I can give you a clue.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, this is just the kind of game
Kaviri orchid.
they would play. The Kaviri Orchid.
Cecilia wears one in her hair. You shall recognize her easily by the orchid.
Okay, unfortunately, I don't know what a Kaviri Orchid looks like.
Dandelion's always complaining about artists being poor as temple mice.
The residence belongs to none of them. They are guests here. Oriana, she owns this. Woman in the black dress. There, on the balcony.
Got her. Doesn't wear a mask?
It would be pointless. All would know her anyway.
Kaviri Orchid. Let's look for it. If we find Cecilia, we'll find the Cintrian.
Okay. Oh no, I'm over encumbered because she gave me clothes. Darn it. Okay, hold on a sec. Oh, I can't even go into my inventory? Wait, you're kidding me. No! Okay, well, you know what? I guess I'm walking the rest of this. I'll have to roll to my destination. It's fine. Wait, can I? No, I can't even drink anything that'll improve it either.
Do you fear taking a bath?
I do. It's very scary to do that. So I have to search for somebody with the an orchid, but I'd like to actually talk to the person at the top there. The person who owns this place. That's what I'm most interested in.
Heard the news?
Have I not heard? It's on everyone's lips. 4 Tuvets in one night. The theft of the century. And here you are, offering one to me.
If you are not interested, sir, I'm sure someone else.
Right, fine. You can't think I'd let such an opportunity pass. How much?
Slow down. You have declared your intent. Now I will convey this to my client. We shall get back to you. Please await word.
Okay, so this is also a place for doing shady deals, I guess?
I'm sure you understand. There are a great many highly qualified candidates.
Then I shall have to convince you your ample generosity would be best invested in me.
And how do you aim to do that?
I shall arrange a private performance after the soiree.
Ah, my dear, I sense you've a knack for persuasion.
That sounded very sus. Optional take part in the soiree's entertainments? What entertainments? And why is it telling me to go this way?
Great many. We are busy.
Okay, you're busy. Then what entertainments am I taking part in over here, huh? What am I doing exactly? Going in here? Talking to you?
Please leave. This is a private alcove.
Search the alcoves? Okay. Well, I searched the alcoves already, basically. How do I take part in the entertainment?
Mage. I believe he's casting spells.
Yeah,
Oh.
We'll see.
The Great Caleste?
Eba, Saraba, Durandum, Kalabathista, Sabeshkahi, Beshkahi Ha.
Oh. Oh, dolphins. Very fancy.
Ah, how beautiful. The dolphins. That is no ordinary illusion. The man is a true artist.
Impressive.
Yeah, can you do something like that? Can you, Geralt? Can you shape your fire into different things? You've never seen him try anything like that. Some random drunk dude.
My heart's about to burst from a surfeit of beauty.
Look, lanterns. They say releasing them brings good luck.
Lanterns? Can I actually release it? I don't think so. Oh! Wait, this person's releasing one. Off it goes. Hopefully it doesn't cause any fires. I would not trust that. Okay, he's still doing his dolphin stuff.
Aren't they even? Because the right cuff seems somewhat higher to me.
Okay, what am I supposed to be looking at? Oh.
Let's give it a try.
I see.
Never suspected you believed in such things.
Can I light more? Oh, I can. Yeah, light them all. Steal all the lanterns. No more. No lanterns for anyone else. No one else gets lanterns. I have all the lanterns. Here you go. As it should be. Now I slowly walk my way over to wherever we're going next. Oh gosh. Why'd you have to give me clothes?
Blah, blah, blah. Effont-God, Schmeffont-God. It's all about two things. Coin and copulation.
Fragment of the script of a stage play? The Besotted Witcher? Think a night thick as mud envelops a dense wood. A full moon hangs in the sky above the trees. Note, scenography must include a representation of the full moon. Wolves howl plaintively in the distance. A witcher walks through the woods in careful, measured strides. He wields a silver blade in his hands. Witcher. Gods damn it all, the moon is at its fullest. Long have I awaited this night. 3 weeks have I spent in that foul pit, all to catch a lone werewolf. At least the miller's daughter helped me while away the time. In fact, I leave only with a certain sense of regret. Perchance I should take her with me? We hear the snap of breaking behind the witcher. He turns around swiftly, his guard raised. He spies the werewolf. I've got you now, beast. Ah! Furious roar. The werewolf removes its mask. The witcher can see it is the miller's daughter. He's astonished, does not know what to do. Okay, so the daughter is a werewolf? Miller's daughter. Well, what now? Will you kill me? Or perhaps you'll take me with you? But okay. Sounds like a silly play. So is she actually a werewolf or is she pretending to be a werewolf?
Do not disturb. Shoo, shoo.
Yes, they're doing very important business in here, as you can see.
It's the right flower.
Of course it is. A Koviri orchid lends just the right contrast to her complexion.
Need to talk to your model. It'll only take a minute.
To me?
Lie still. You may speak, but for love's sake, do not move.
Wow. Impressive portrait.
I know the style, the stroke. This is Dorian Velez.
The gracious lady has heard of me?
I've heard Anna Henrietta herself wished you to paint her portrait once.
At one point, the palace chamberlain even wrote to me, but...
Probably not wise to bring up your own name here, especially if this guy met you in person, he probably would remember that.
Ultimately refused my terms.
What was the matter?
When he learned I only ever paint nudes, he severed all contact. He said he would not dare offend her illustrious highness with such a proposition. I've always longed to paint her. Such a shame.
I think you may still get your chance.
What? You actually want to have a nude portrait of yourself? Okay, sure. Whatever. It's understandable though why you'd want that,
here
but
to meet you specifically.
To meet me? But why?
Centrian noble you came here with. Wanted to ask you about him.
Centrian noble. Ah, you must think I'm Cecilia.
Orchid confused me.
I told you not to move!
As she concluded her performance, Cecilia tossed the flower into the crowd. I caught it, but I did see the nobleman.
Really like to talk to him. What did he look like?
Like many here. Tall, dark, masked.
Know where he might be now?
He gave Cecilia a small gift, a heart-shaped box. Then they strolled off together towards the refreshment tables.
Excuse me, madame, monsieur, I cannot work like this. You must leave now.
well, she told us what we needed to know, so that's fine. Okay. Search for the refreshment tables. So
Go
she has a
on,
heart-shaped
Geralt,
box.
Be bold. Show us the artist in you. The paintballs. Cast them at the canvas.
Oh?
Toss
Okay.
some paint.
Okay, sure, why not?
Material from the start.
Good folk, yet another soul longing to express.
Okay, excuse me, can I throw it?
Shh, silence. The artist must focus.
Gauze, scarlet, crimson,
Ah, excuse me, can you get out of my way, Anna? Please?
It represents the problems of contemporary man.
There we go. Throw them all nice and randomly. Perfect.
Purple, quite the noble color.
Splendid! The sky over Toussaint before a storm.
Or a deeply internalized. You how
Let
fares your
greetings
ship?
with
Okay, I can't pick up anymore. It doesn't let me. Fine.
Drop them in the pail and grab a different
Material
array.
from the start. One must simply liberate.
Okay, apparently it wants me to throw more paintballs, but oh no, it does let me throw more. Why is it being confusing? Let's continue to express our inner artist. This one's gonna go all the way in the corner because that's very important and very meaningful. There's a lot of deep meaning in that throw I just did.
Yellow. Why ever yellow?
It's obvious.
Because I have to throw 15 of them. That's why it was yellow.
In its purest form.
Yes, it does. It represents a transgression in its purest form. Now watch this. Watch as the yellow dominates the center of the painting, thereby representing that the transgression is actually at the heart of everything. And the green surrounds the bounds of the painting,
as a field of vines.
showing that we are grounded by the earth and the I don't know what.
I got it! It's the Soretor!
It's not a landscape, you pleb. It's a manifestation of the man's soul.
The beasts suffering.
There we go. Beautiful.
Now, allow me a moment to ponder. My appraisal? The painting depicts spiritual dualism. A continual battle between good and evil, and defiance.
Nope, completely
Oh
wrong.
yes, that's him all right. Good versus evil. The dualistic nature of man.
And defiance.
Well, that was some good nonsense you just cooked up there.
Suffering. It represents the problems of
Okay, excuse me, sir.
The Great Bois.
Okay, now I guess let's search the tables. I don't know what other entertainment I can take part in here. Actually, wait. Can I do this?
Someone left their loot behind. Looks a little like dandelions.
This was scratched. Someone beat him off once.
That's not surprising for a dandelion.
Empty heart-shaped box. Cecilia must have left it behind.
It looks like it held a flask of perfume. A gift from the Cintrian, I imagine.
Scent still hangs in the air. Let's follow it.
Ooh, nice, okay.
Deliberations on the nature
We can
of
do that.
existence. It is irrelevant to the work's ultimate meaning.
Love letter.
Love letter penned on a napkin. Look.
Laura. Oh, my dearest love, O lone ray of sunshine on the firmament of my life, I shall speak from my heart. For weeks I have been shooting stolen glances in your direction, hiding the hope I dare nurture deep within my bosom that perhaps you feel for me, even one iota of the affection I feel for you. Probably not, because this letter was left here. I've waited long, gathering the courage to confess my feelings for you. I would certainly be waiting still, had not you appeared at tonight's soiree in the company of that womanizing, carousing, drivel-scribing, pretentious pig named Alphonse de Rezid. When I saw that emaciated turd fawning over you, I immediately knew that I had to act. I turned to the best weapon in my arsenal, the quill and the well-turned phrase, and began writing you this letter. Forgive me, it is written on a napkin, for I had nothing more appropriate at hand at the time. O most marvelous of all women, do not believe a word he whispers in your ear. He is as slippery as a viper, and twice as venomous. Reject his advances, and let me walk hand in hand with you, feed you grapes, and with you you radiate happiness to the heavens themselves. Yours forever, Fabian.
Oh, my amour, my sunbeam flittering across the firmament of my life. Treacly refuse.
Okay. Follow the scent. Where are we going again? Up. Wait, not up. This way.
A true talent paints like the great.
Who am I looking for? You?
I beg your pardon.
No.
He's a dancer.
That's to say, the other one.
We must throw off
His
the manacles
brother.
of form.
Oh, we're going in. No, we're not going in there. What is in here? This is a door? Yes, just a door. Okay. If only I could sprint.
Such talent. Exceptional, true. My, would I ever love to meet him. It's a shame he didn't come alone.
Need I remind you that neither did you?
Okay, this path is really taking us the longest possible way to whatever our destination is, and I guess it's that door, right? But it really did take us the longest possible path.
But what if he doesn't come?
He'll definitely come. Don't worry.
How
Come
can
on.
you be so sure?
Brother.
Alright, we're in. A bodyguard.
Sorry, only artists in the Mandragora allowed.
Come, we must consider what to do.
I'd recognize that voice anywhere.
Surprised other people didn't.
You must be mistaking me for someone else.
I served 15 years in the palace. Your Grace, I'd not mistake you for anyone.
Shh. Not so loud. We are here incognito, on state business.
Yes, Your Grace. How may I serve?
Oh, okay. At least this guy's willing to help us. This is actually helpful to us. Don't tell anyone who's seen us. He wouldn't. We already know he's not going to. Seems trustworthy. Well, actually, we don't know. Maybe he's saying this just to try to figure out what we're up to. But in that case, saying don't tell anyone who's seen us won't help. So, you just have to roll with it.
Cecilia Bellant. Seen her?
She's in her dressing room.
Yes, I had an
She
honest
went
reaction, though.
with a nobleman. They clearly were drawn to each other.
What did the man look like?
Tall, broad-shouldered, a black beard peeping out from under his mask, and he spoke with a foreign accent, a drawl of sorts.
That must be him. We must get to the dressing room, quickly.
Yes, Your Grace. I'll take you.
No, stay here. Anyone tries to flee, you stop them.
Understood.
Okay, we got an extra helper.
Upstairs.
That's wonderful. Okay, hopefully I don't have to fight here because I still can't access my inventory. I still can't drop anything, and of course I have no weapons either. So locked. Oh, apparently it's this one. Oh, she dead?
That must be Cecilia.
Her neck.
No pulse. We're too late.
He slit her throat. The brute.
Didn't go out the door. Guard would have noticed. Might still be somewhere here.
You must find him before he harms another. I shall alert Oriana at once. She should bring her soiree to a close.
Shouldn't split up.
Geralt, I will be fine.
Nope,
Go after that
you
door.
won't be fine.
I shall fetch help.
That's not smart. I agree with Geralt. If they captured her, that would be the worst possible thing.
Bloody handprint. It's his.
Did he climb up?
Tore down the door. Made a platform. Clever. Must be pretty strong, too. Killed her, then went out on the balcony.
Why, though? Why kill her? Actually, hold on a sec. Can I interact with this mirror at all? No. Locked.
Must have climbed this ladder.
That moon is gigantic. You can see so much from up here. This is really nice.
Could still be here. Need to stay alert.
Broken mirror.
Smashed mirror. Someone crashed into it hard, then sank to the floor.
Why? It wouldn't be the woman. Did somebody else get killed?
Bloodstains.
You must have killed someone else as well then. Some string?
Links of a snapped chain. Jewel must have been on it.
Okay, so a snapped chain. And this is the jewel? Valuable
Precious
jewel?
stone. Bloody fingerprint on it. Thief came for this. Must have. Tiny chain links next to it. From a snapped necklace. Seems there was a struggle.
Okay.
Jewelry box. Lock's busted. Picked open, probably.
The necklace thing reminds me of that shoe shiner kid had like a necklace with a bag on it. But I don't think that's related here. This is a skew.
Sconce is bent. Smeared with blood. Someone try to grab it? Looks valuable, but it's not what he came for. Empty inkwell. Knocked over, turned toward the room.
Knife.
Hunting knife. Richly ornamented. Used during the fight, probably.
Okay, what else is there to see here? Oh, obviously the window.
Blood on the
But where would he go
frame.
from there?
Someone climb out? Fall out? Jewel was in the box, it seems. Centurion tried to steal it, but someone got in his way. They fought, struggled, that's clear. Ended with one of them flying out the window. Fall had to have killed them.
But who was the one that was thrown out the window? Did the Centurion die? If so, then we're going to be losing our lead.
Jewel's still here, though, so our Centurion must have been the flyer.
Yeah. That could be a problem. And it means that the Centurion probably wasn't the one who's trying to set all this murder stuff up. Somebody else.
So, this is the tracker. A witcher, yes?
Indeed, this is him. We found the body together. Then he set off in pursuit of the killer.
And ended up here, but I've only found evidence of a fight. Seems the Centurions killed his last. Finally failed this time. Shame it happened too late for Cecilia.
Poor girl. Always told her she chose her males badly. But I would never have suspected she could arrive with a murderer. I'll alert the staff. Have them see to her body at once. Meanwhile, we should sit. I will tell you everything in full detail.
Okay. Does she actually know something about all this, though? It's helpful that she's going to be telling us what she knows,
I caught
but...
him red-handed, attempting to burgle, rifling through my possessions.
What did you do? Summon the guards?
There was no time. I feared he'd escape, refused to give him the chance. He stood with his back to me, so I attacked. He
Really?
struck his
You're the one
head
who
on a
pushed him
picture
out?
frame as we struggled. He was bleeding, dazed, and then he drew a knife. Everything happened very quickly then. I knocked the weapon out of his hand and
I don't
pushed
believe
it
this.
hard. He
Fell out of the window.
But there's so much
so.
blood. There was so much blood, and she's not bleeding. That means he was the one. He was the one that was stabbed with a knife, or like the mirror that or the painting that he got rammed into. There's no way she did that. Her story is nonsense.
None too wise picking a fight with an armed robber.
Why? Because I'm a woman, in a frock rather than plate. I can take care of myself, I assure you. A hairpin might look like mere ornament, but plunged into an eye, it can be as effective as a blade.
Not as effective as a blade, but sure.
Claim the man was trying to rob you when you walked into the room?
Yes, he stood over my dressing table, pouring through my jewelry.
Mm-hmm. After this is my guess. Picked it up while searching.
Why, that's the heart of Toussaint. Oriana, how did you ever come to have it?
I bought it, many years ago, from a young woman.
Yeah, why is it called the Heart of Toussaint?
The heart is an heirloom. It belonged to my family for years. Then it disappeared. I didn't think we would ever recover it.
Seems someone is very determined to find it. The thief left his tool bag behind. Found this drawing inside it. Look.
The Heart of Toussaint. Representation's pretty faithful. Centurion must have been on a job. Got very clear instructions what to look for.
Okay, but how does this relate to everything else?
So it is not him we seek, but his employer. Is this the only evidence we found?
Also happened on the weapon he attacked Oriana with. Hunting knife. Used to skin game. Got an emblem on its hilt.
This crest is used by the Lords of Duntine. The present master of the castle is a passionate hunter. Our next lead, perhaps.
The Lords of Duntine. Okay, so we have to go there and see if they sent this person to come steal a gem, but we don't actually care about them going to steal a gem. We care about them selling wine. And so we need to still find who they sold wine to. So we need to go and hope that this person's master knows who this person sent the wine to still. Like, this is this is getting confusing, but we have to keep on track of like what it is we're actually looking for here.
Duntine. Remember the place. Abandoned ruin just a few years ago.
More recently, the family's last heir, Roderick, returned to his ancestral seat and restored the castle.
Know any more about this Roderick?
His grandfather was an advisor to Queen Ademarta. The family received those lands as a grant for his service. Roderick is quite the recluse. He avoids society, preferring the company of a small team of knights, though the latter term is imprecise, as they seem more akin to vandals with crests on their shields.
Oriana, everything we discussed here, hope you'll keep it to yourself. Counting on it, in fact. Word gets out he, failed in his attempt to steal the jewel. His employer could run. We need to proceed cautiously.
Discretion is in the interest of us all. I'll not ask what this is about, just as I expect not to be troubled about it again. By anyone.
Well, hold on a second. If we don't want the word to get out to the employer about this, what she should say is not nothing. What she should say is that somebody robbed her place, and she should like put out, I don't know, she should make some sort of a fuss about the fact that she was stolen from. Although maybe that's not really her style in the first place. Maybe she wouldn't do that for something like this. I guess it depends on what the employer is, what response the employer would be expecting out of her. That's what she should give, not necessarily silence.
But might I have a word?
You must excuse me a moment.
What are they going to go chat about? What is there to chat about? What do you think about Oriana? Yeah, that's the interesting question.
Any thoughts?
Few make me feel awkward, but in her presence, I sense anxiety, discomfort.
I mean, she does have a jewel that should rightfully, apparently, belong to her. So, belong to the Duchess, belong to the royalty or whatever. So, I guess that's pretty weird.
The drawing. It's on the same type of paper the victims' names were written on. Drawn with the same ink, too. Seems the work of our blackmailers.
Who were not only behind the beast's murders, but also stole the Son Real and sought to steal the heart of Toussaint.
Okay, in that case, we don't need to. They don't need the people that we find don't need to know who they sold wine to because that doesn't matter anymore. The people who stole the wine also spilt the wine on the paper that they sent to go and tell who to murder.
Look, the wine, the jewel, both tied to you intrinsically. Coincidence? Not something I'm willing to believe. Worried about.
They're trying to get the jewel, which is related to her, and they're trying to get wine, which is also related to her. And they're also trying to kill people, which are somewhat related to her. Weird.
One thing. That somewhere at the end of this scheme, plan might call for an attempt on your life.
Is somebody attempting to, what, replace her? Something like, could it be something crazy like that? Like maybe there's a Doppler who's going to take on her appearance and take her place? Something like that?
It could be something else altogether.
Why would they want to gather things related to her?
Siana might be among the schemers. She left
Okay.
court when we were children. My parents banished her from the duchy. I've not seen her since.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. That's exactly the sort of nonsense I'd expect from some sort of royal political stuff. Why was she banished?
What did your sister do to get banished?
Siana was cursed.
Parents run afoul of some mage?
No. She was born at an inopportune moment. They said she was touched by the curse of the Black Sun. Geralt, is it true? Can an individual be evil because they were born during the wrong lunar phase?
Could be the case. Could also be because they were treated like lepers from birth. Isolated, prodded, ostracized. Couldn't have had it easy, Siana.
She was angry at the whole world. She felt inferior, felt pain, though she masked this with confidence, arrogance even. She could also be cruel at times. I recall one such situation. She persuaded Cedric the Coolbird that she could see the future in her dreams. We were children, and Cedric's brother was smitten with me. It was an innocent childhood crush. Siana knew of it. She told Cedric of a dream she had had, that he would die at the hands of his own brother.
Well, that's a terrible thing
Cedric
to lie
stole
about.
his father's sword and killed his brother. She destroyed 2 lives with a prank. Cedric mourns to this day. In the end, they forced her to leave the palace. A decade passed. More. I've missed her terribly since.
As terrible as she was, you still missed her terribly? Interesting. So she couldn't have been all bad if that's the case.
Think your sister might be involved? Why?
You see, I recall her always being rather possessive, throwing jealous fits if I had something she didn't.
Here, that's normal for sisters. Rivalry.
True. I suppose I gave as good as I got. There are times I miss that very much. The wine, its theft was the first clue. That's very much like her. She always did enjoy stealing my toys, but I grew almost certain when I saw the heart of Toussaint. Siana received it from father as a gift. At a time when my parents thought of her as but an ill-behaved little girl, someone wanted some of my wine. The same someone ordered our family jewels stolen, or recovered. It's my sister. It must be.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And now, again, another another female character has been like raised to the forefront of the and this time it's her sister. And I think I did say before that could the painting have been of her, of the Duchess? But no. It could have been somebody who looks similar to her. Could have been of her sister. So, again, every time a female character is brought up, we have to ask ourselves, is this the person that Dettlaff, whatever his name was, could that be the person that was his lover? And I think that's very likely in this case. I think that all makes a lot of sense if the sister of the Duchess is that person. So then why would the sister of the Duchess want to have all these people killed as well? And it must have something to do with some sort of ambitions of messing with the Duchess, taking over the Duchess's power. It has to be related to that.
A fallen princess satisfying whims, going after lost luxuries? Could be right.
Your mission has gained new import. You must go to Duntine, and if Sienna is there, you must find her. No matter what she did, she is not to be harmed in any way, shape, or form. You must make sure of that.
I can't promise anything. I'll see to it. Although, can we see to it? She's saying this as if it's going to be a problem. Like, sure, we won't harm her, but I feel like somebody else might try to harm her in this. That's the vibe I'm getting from what she's saying here. I'm going to say I can't promise anything.
Can't guarantee her safety, unfortunately. Especially if she's one of those responsible for these crimes.
Witcher, that was not a request.
Your Grace, Geralt.
Let's just try not to promise anything we can't.
Regis! What a surprise! I had no idea you were in both.
And look who's there.
My very dear friend,
Dettlaff
van der Erete.
Regis and Dettlaff.
From Nazaire. We are lending our combined resources to the Witcher's hunt.
Ah, yes. Splendid. But why are you here at Oriana's?
They came to pay me a surprise visit, so I invited Regis in for a glass of wine. We've known each other for... ages. Literally.
I like the detail of Dettlaff's posture here. You really notice his posture. He's got his he's like gripping his hand like this, like as if to restrain himself. And I like that detail in this scene of how they posed Dettlaff and his expression as well. You guys can't see it; it's off screen right now, but he's got like a expression of like really staring into Geralt's soul here.
Witcher, I hear you know Regis too, even that you are friends.
All true.
Few I can rely on like I can on Regis. Kinda hoping he thinks the same of me.
Curious. It seems opposites really do attract.
Don't be fooled, dear. Geralt has many merits. He merely hides them from the world very diligently.
You said you're both aiding him with his contract. It involves the Beast of Beauclair, I suspect. Master Witcher, maybe you could satisfy my curiosity. What's it like going toe-to-toe with a monster, knowing you've only two options, to kill or be killed?
That's not the two options.
I don't lunge at every monster I see, sword in hand. Talking gets the job done for some.
I wonder what a monster might have to say to you.
Might need to apologize.
My word. For what might a monster wish to apologize to a witcher?
For killing. Though at times there is no choice, when loved ones are at risk and require protection.
Yeah, just like humans.
Same as humans. Put them in that situation, they'll kill too.
You understand this. It must be why you and Regis are friends. If I understand you correctly, you would rather help a monster than kill it.
If possible, yeah. Or at least try.
Enough about the Witcher trade for now. Regis mentioned you come from Nazaire. I spent time there as a child.
Fond memories?
It was wonderful. I was positively entranced by the land's fashions. Deep cut.
I'm just wondering here, as she's here talking about fashion or whatever, okay, but in my mind, I'm just thinking, what if I had picked the other option and it said that, and like had said the other option to Dettlaff right there? Would he have just like gotten angry and like lashed out immediately? Like, what would have happened in this party? I can't imagine many people would have picked that option, so I'm very curious what it could have been, like what would have happened there, because I'm sure when I go back and watch Let's Plays of this game, I don't think I'm ever gonna watch somebody who's gonna pick that option. So it just makes me very curious of what would happen.
This I found most fascinating.
I believe we're running short on
Would he
wine.
immediately reveal
We
his
should go to
identity?
the cellar, bring another bottle.
Let me go. Wanna help, Regis? Know your wine a lot better than I know mine.
We shall return forthwith. An exceptional conversation, don't you think? Vampires, a witcher, and the Duchess of Toussaint? My.
Highly exceptional, Regis. Wanted to talk to you in private. You crazy bringing Dettlaff here?
I know, right?
Allow me to explain.
No, let me explain. He's dangerous, and you were gonna watch him.
But that is precisely what I'm doing. Dettlaff believes you'll succeed in your task, and he'll not need to kill anymore.
But the Duchess is here. The Duchess is here. That's quite a big thing. Maybe Regis didn't know that the Duchess is here, but I don't think he didn't know. I'm sure he's smart enough to know that.
That is, not until he gets his hands on the men who kidnapped his Renner.
Guessing it's no accident you two stopped by.
It would be quite some coincidence indeed. No, a dutiful little bird told us.
Mm-hmm.
It's always how it is.
Oriana, she really your friend? Can she be trusted?
I met her years ago, before I met you, and before she settled in Beauclair. We'd not seen one another in... I can't begin to tell you in how long.
So she's not that trustworthy, as far as we know.
All about her some other day.
Okay, so we shouldn't necessarily trust her. And yeah, she seemed kind of sus.
Now listen close. Managed to learn where the blackmailers are. They're based at Duntine Castle.
That's splendid news. If they are there, Renner must be there as well.
Duchess expects we'll find her long-lost sister there too. Thing is, she might be involved. Could be behind the blackmailing.
Okay, and the fact that we're telling Regis and Dettlaff this information, this could be a problem because we promised the Duchess that we would not harm her, but I feel like Dettlaff is gonna want to harm her once he realizes what's going on here. So yeah, this could be troublesome.
Do you mean to say your task now is to extract 2 women from the castle?
Mean to say we can't breathe a word of this to Dettlaff, who wants revenge above all else.
Yeah, that's the problem. He's gonna learn about this for sure. And I have a feeling that one thing that might come to pass in the future now is that we might have to choose between Dettlaff and the sister, and who we actually want to save. I'd like for them to both not die, so we can keep our promise to the Duchess, and also keep our promise, and also like not kill Dettlaff. But I feel like the game might make me choose. Right now, if it makes me choose, obviously I'm choosing to protect Dettlaff and let him kill the sister. That's what I would choose because we don't know the sister. And everything we've heard about her seems like she's not great. But then again, the Duchess has some fond memories of her as well, and says that she herself was also not that nice to the sister. So, but then again, if the sister is forcing this guy to go and murder people, using her past relationship with him as motivation, that's incredibly scummy and incredibly evil, and not something I would definitely prefer Dettlaff over her in that case, if she's really the one that's behind all this.
Geralt.
But it's
you
not an easy
must trust me.
situation.
I've got a way with...
No, Regis. Can't risk it. Gotta keep Dettlaff here while I go to Duntine.
Alone?
Alone. That way I can make sure neither woman will come to any harm.
Yeah.
I hope you know what you're doing.
Geralt's smart here.
Fine. I shall see to Dettlaff. Good luck, my friend.
Okay, it's not going to work. Dettlaff is definitely going to figure it out. But Geralt understands what I understand.
Ah, I'm grateful you brought back those memories. You're back. It took you long enough.
Contrary to what common folk believe, choosing a wine is not nearly as easy as it might seem. Especially a wine to be served to two exquisite ladies.
Regis, gallant as ever. I regret all the more that I shan't finish the second bottle with you. Duty calls.
Your Grace, always a pleasure.
I thank you for your help. It's been invaluable. Geralt, will you see me out?
Well, that went off without a hitch, fortunately.
You have exceptional friends. This Dettlaff, an intriguing man to say the least.
I wonder how she'd react if we tell her the truth here. Well, maybe we will tell her the truth here, I don't know. I don't think Geralt would tell her that, though.
Don't know him too well. He say much about himself?
Not much, but I've a good sense of the true nature of those I meet. I'd not survive a week at court otherwise.
Oh, and what's your view?
Sensitive, sad. He carries within him the weight of a terrible tragedy. He is a good man, but lost, which is why he comes across as grim.
That's a very complete picture that you just created of him after just one short interaction. That is impressive.
Didn't expect the evening to end like this.
Neither did I. But I have not drawn you out for a romantic stroll. I wish to make certain you know what you are to do.
Mm-hmm. Gotta go to Duntine.
I've decided my guardsmen will support you. You will meet them at Count Delacroix' mill. It stands along the Saint-Retour River. Near the Cockatrice Inn. Captain de la Tour and his men will await you there at midnight. You shall storm the castle together.
Okay, I mean, even if Dettlaff doesn't hear from us the information, he surely would have the means to follow us there and see what we're doing and come to the understanding. He's smart. He'd understand. He'd come to the understanding of exactly what was going on there. I'm gonna have to drop all this. And then it would be very, and then he's immediately gonna step in. Okay, what else do I need to drop here? Goodness gracious. I'm always stuck in this process, having to just drop stuff. It's very sad. Okay, anyways.
Watch those hands.
Okay, let me, first off, so we are to meet Demi at after midnight. And where is the nearest warp point? Over there. Okay, let me get over there real quick. Okay. And I think, though, I'm going to stop here for today before we go into storming a castle. Because that's probably going to take quite a long time. And I feel like we're coming up to what would be the climax of this entire DLC, basically. This entire main story of the DLC. Oh my goodness. Okay, can I...
You've earned my regard, sir.
Let me run away from all these peasants and people who are constantly chatting. It always bothers me when I'm trying to talk while everyone else is talking. But yeah, I feel like that's going to be the climax of this whole storyline so far, where everything's going to come together. I don't think hopefully we're not going to get in a situation where we go there and it ends up being like, no, this person actually had somebody else behind them that we have to need to go and find. It's very possible that could happen, because that is the that's just the way that the Witcher story has always gone. But I feel like we're actually going to be reaching the true like source of the issue this time around. Now, of course, my idea that Dettlaff's lover is behind all this and is actually willingly causing all this and complying all this, all of that is my own speculation. There has been no proof to that. To be clear, there's been nothing that has proven that at all. The only thing that leads me to that part of my speculation is that nobody else would know to use that against him unless his lover told somebody. But if his lover told somebody who would then take her captive, that would be very dumb. I don't think somebody would willingly do something like that. It's much more likely then that she willingly gave out this information, that she was the lover of Dettlaff at some point, and therefore that she is behind all of it. So, again, that's all complete speculation, but I feel somewhat confident in that part. Now, as for why she would want to... Though, hold on a second. So, she must have met Dettlaff after she was kicked out, and then she eventually left him for some reason. Why did she... So, what was the reason that she left Dettlaff? Was it just because, like, she found somebody else she liked more? Or found somebody maybe that would help her regain her, like, throne? Regain her power? Get revenge against the Duchess? Like, maybe she asked things of Dettlaff that Dettlaff was not willing to do. And so she's like, okay, I'm gonna leave you then. I'm gonna go find somebody who is willing to do those things that I want done. And then she did this whole blackmailing thing. That's possible. But in the end, I feel like the reason for all of her actions for the killings, the only thing I can possibly think of is that killing these people harms the Duchess, and she just wants to harm the Duchess so that she can maybe bring the Duchess down to her level. Maybe she clearly feels like, maybe rightfully so, that because of the day that she was born, she has certain things that were kept from her, but given to the Duchess, and it's very unfair, and she feels like the Duchess should have the same life that she has, and wants to bring the Duchess down to that point. So I feel like that's how it all... That's got to be where it all springs from. There's probably another third party in all of this, some help that she has in all of this, probably some sort of partner in crime, who maybe also wants to bring down the Duchess for their own ends. But I don't think it's anybody that we've met so far, so maybe not. But I just feel like her doing all this on her own is unlikely. And after all, we're going to Count Delacroix's mill. And if she is there, and she is the one behind all this, Count Delacroix is definitely an accomplice in her crimes. So he has to be getting something out of this as well. Now, if we get there, and it turns out I am completely wrong, and no, Count Delacroix is actually imprisoning her and tortured this information out of her for some reason. She managed to tell everybody about the vampire stuff, or maybe she let it slip to him or something, and she is being taken hostage, and she really didn't want to do any of this stuff. And that's strange. And I guess I'm wrong in that case. But I don't think that's the case. So that's my theory for right now. I do want to try my very best to not get Dettlaff killed, to not get Regis killed, to not get the Duchess killed, and the sister, I don't know her, so she can go. If she dies, oh well, it is what it is, I guess. So we'll see what happens next time, but I'll save here for now. And next time we will, I guess, storm the castle and possibly finish up the main story of the DLC. So hope you enjoyed watching me go through all this. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.